Hello everyone and welcome to Ready City Crit. I am your Dungeon Master Harna. In usual terms, let's go around the room. Let's introduce ourselves, starting with the person who feels that they are...
It's scary.
I know, I could pick anyone. I could literally pick anyone. Let's go, the person who feels that they are the least like Ricky Gervais.
I feel like that's me. Hi, I'm Mary. I play Astra, the Tempest Cleric, and who's also an ASMR, and I'll pass it on to the person who's next in Ricky Gervais level.
Hello, I am Ryan, the second least most Ricky Gervais. I play Cyrus, the ASMR Barbarian, and I will give it to the third.
I'm gonna put myself solidly in the middle territory as Ricky Gervais.
I like how we got the two people who were like Irish out the way, like, nah, Ricky Gervais is strongly an English person.
I feel like maybe I'm higher, but I don't want to admit that. So I'll just introduce myself now and get it over with. Hi, I'm George. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid, and I will pass it to our
second most like, fourth least like.
Whoever's feeling Ricky Gervais-ish.
I'm about to say I'm definitely not the most, so Will.
Sorry, Anthony.
This has turned from judging ourselves to just judging Anthony on the scale.
We also made him the most Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, and I would not put Ron Burgundy and Ricky Gervais on a similar level.
I don't know. You keep picking really weird celebrities.
I have to. That makes it funnier.
I'll pick some characters next time.
Wait, Ricky Gervais not
I'm playing the Duragar Ranger, and I'm going to pass it over to the next most Ricky Gervais.
I suppose that makes me the most Ricky Gervais. Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Barrows Darkhoof, the Satan Rogue, and then I will pass it back to our lovely DM.
Thank you so much, Ricky Gervais, born in Whitley in Reading. That's where Anthony was born.
Apparently so.
I don't know where that is.
It's west of London.
We should have swapped Anthony and Will.
Yeah, I was thinking Will would be the most Ricky Gervais, but to be fair, I think Anthony might have the same controversial opinions as Ricky Gervais, or at least the ability to voice them.
Yeah, I'm not transphobic, so I don't know whether or not I do fit in that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just like stating that for the record. Trans people are chill.
It just has to get that out of the way.
Yeah, for my own safety. Don't want to get cancelled.
Cancel culture.
We're not biased against any persons here.
We are.
Except
We're
Ryan.
biased against Ryan.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. I didn't have to say it. I just knew it was happening.
And also Nazis, but that's okay.
I am not in the same group.
There's
There's a separation.
Next week's question: who feels the most Nazi?
Oh, there's a quote. What's that from? There's a fucking quote, and it's like they're talking about like something and Nazis, and it's like, that's our friends you're talking about, and it's like the first group, not the Nazis. We're not friends with Nazis. Now I need to Google where that's from, because it's gonna bug me otherwise.
Just a Nazi, right?
And I guess next week we'll ask who's the most like a certain AH from history. That'll get really controversial.
Like, it's not me.
Everyone's yelling over each other. It's not about.
As an artist, I don't like where that leads. Hey, I got into art school, okay?
Why don't you do?
Are you saying that if you didn't, you might have started World War III?
Oh, maybe.
You could do.
Probably not against like Jews, but maybe against like, Nazis.
The Welsh.
Just instead of the
I'm part Welsh.
AH, you do who's
Start
the
with
most
the motherland.
Hugo Skillets.
Pug wheels.
If you you know.
Who's the most like Rishi Sunak? Anyway, who wants to remind us what happened literally yesterday?
Go on.
both in game and in real life?
Not much happened. We got some followers. We had a pile of people have decided to join the fight, but there was too many for the current safe house that we were in, so we decided to split them up into 3 groups and send them on their way. While we were organizing the groups and whatnot, Beros and Volgir had a day trip. They got caught. They debated whether or not to kill the people. They ended up killing one of the people and stripping and robbing the second, sticking them both in the same trunk of a self-moving carriage. Justice in Volgir's eyes. Atlas came back to a shit show of what the party's been up to. She tried piecing together the person that Cyrus pieced, and she's not very happy with him at the moment. She also doesn't like Trekkie, which is bad because he's on our side now, and he's leading one of the groups. He lost 3 people. We haven't heard back from the others.
It's understandable why she doesn't like him.
He did try
yeah,
to blow
get it.
us up. I feel like
Yeah,
that's
but
a valid reason to dislike somebody.
But we also tried to kill him, and he's chill with us.
We tried to kill him
Chilling-
because he tried to blow us up.
Yeah, well, he's chill enough that he's working with us now, so you know it's fine. It's an uneasy alliance for the greater good.
I think it's more
The
uneasy for
greater
some
good.
people than
Greater
others.
good.
The
Greater
greater good. So yeah, we are now in the house with just the 4 Dryad Tears that we decided to keep.
Yep.
And they are keeping watch while we all go to Betty Buys.
Yeah. And while you all rest, first of all, the one who smells the scent of flowers floating through, whisking away on a nice gentle spring Atlas.
Hang on, I'm texting my sister because she's better at finding quotes than me. Just
Okay, never mind then.
One moment.
Nope, you're being skipped.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
What quote are you looking for?
The Nazi thing.
Oh.
Atlas, you feel yourself not like it's not like you've woken from your slumber, but you're suddenly present. Your memories are a bit hazed and foggy. You can't remember maybe falling asleep or anything like that. This just feels like you're here in the moment. The past doesn't really matter right now. Rond. Been here once before. A while ago. You see, kind of like a large old manor house atop a hill. Next to it, there's some outbuildings nearby. And then the hills kind of fall away in staggered steps and two big shelves of the actual hill itself that kind of like all fall around you. You look up and you see something different though. Don't see that thick, putrid, acrid layer of smoke and smog that normally lingers a few thousand feet up. Look up and you can just see the night sky above you. Stars twinkling past, what odd clouds do float by, but they float so much higher than that smog does. Did I should say, as you stand there. As you look over the vineyard family once called home, and you've visited once properly with your elder brother. Catch the faintest little color, this little purplish speck of color on the green along the trestles and vines that kind of make up the vineyard itself.
Approach it, I guess.
You go to, you see there's this lovely single grape just hanging off one of the vines. It looks like it should have been a full bunch should have grown here, but look, only one has grown. It's very, very strange, but it's big. It's big for a grape. It looks juicy and ripe.
Out of character, this feels like a trap. In character, I pluck the grape.
Pluck the grape in your hand. Feel it. Got a good bit of weight to it. You see a little bit of like pink and red juice kind of stains the palm of your hand. You kind of like smell it. It like takes the air, this fragrant hit of this fresh fruit.
Sit on the ground. Look up at the stars. Haven't seen them from this angle before, ever.
Look up and see constellations that all the way down here are from what you're used to seeing up in your spire cities high above the smog. Perspective's different, so they look stretched out. They don't look as they look more bunched up. They don't look as stretched out as they would be up there. See a couple you recognize.
Is this a dream? I mean, obviously it's a dream, but is there a purpose to this? Showing me this? Could I dream this?
Kind of feel a warmth on your back, and as you like,
Oh, look, my dad's calling because it's D&D.
it almost feels like someone is hugging you from behind. But you look and there's no one there, and you just hear the little faint voice. Sometimes dreams and reality can intertwine, become one or the other.
Helpful as always.
Sometimes it's just nice to enjoy the moment.
Let's just say the last time I was here, I didn't exactly enjoy myself. Though I suppose you know that. Sure.
And as you say that, your eyes kind of naturally are drawn to the front doors of the manor house, which still lies in its kind of semi-state of ruin. It's not been lived, it looks like it, for a while, and you still see where the door frames had splintered off, and there's like scratches of claw marks on the wooden frame where that creature had pulled itself from that stirred you and your brother to take action all those years ago.
I dream something else now.
House fades away. Vineyards and trees around all just begin to fall away into almost like a blurry nothingness, rushing up to meet the ground at your feet. Feel the grape in the palm of your hand still there, heavy, full of flesh. And you look up at the sky, you just watch as all the stars just dot out. Find yourself in darkness. Dream of other things, your mind wanders elsewhere. Or find yourself in that elated state. Wow. A different smell stirs one individual, accompanied with sound, the white noise of the white noise of air, kind of like air being cut through with rain. The white noise of air being cut through with rain. You see. Good.
I'm sorry, I inhaled margarita and nearly died.
The white
Continue.
noise of
drink responsibly.
the white noise of air being cut through by rain, and as you open your eyes, you feel drenched, not in sweat, it's not like you've a bad dream, but it's that refreshing feeling of when you are so sodden you just cannot get any more wet. It's as if you've just left the sea or been running in the rain for an hour. You just reach a point where you are completely sodden. As you're kind of like standing there, Astra, you see you're stood on the edge of like a little rocky outcropping that like juts out into the sea from a beach side. Black and grey stones that kind of like curve up to a point, and the waves kind of break either side of it like a ship's prow breaching the waves in front of it. You see dark clouds overhead, the occasional like white flicker of like almost a nerve signal being sent, that little electric rumbling through the cloud above, that light that has this strange cascading pattern to it, before you watch it down to the choppy seas below. As the water meets the rain, the surface is so disturbed it's almost difficult to tell where waves start and the rainfall begins.
I feel like Astra's is like closing her eyes and just relishing in the sound.
Nice. While that happens, you kind of like
Harry cutting out for anyone else?
Yeah, a little bit.
you feel this nice little relaxing moment for yourself, just kind of there, as you are just taking in the moment. You feel your connection to your celestial kind of present just lingering. I think they could probably hear you if you wanted to speak to them, but they don't appear to have anything to say right now.
Why did you choose me? I think that's the obvious question. Sometimes, was it just random choice? Was I the right person at the right time? Doesn't feel like it recently.
Feel like a wind on your neck. It almost feels like a sigh. And then you hear a soft voice. I didn't choose you. Not really by any means. Not to say I wouldn't have. Things just happen.
How do I find you?
I'm back on Caitlin.
I know there's something I need to find. I know I need to find the storm, but I just feel like I'm being pulled along with the tide.
Wherever you follow the river, go with the flow. Chance you'll find what you're looking for. See now, like sat next to you, the flowy silver locks of Deluge, or Deluge, sorry. It kind of gives like a warm smile.
Sorry.
Before you are pulled from your
Hello,
dream by
Dal.
a loud sneeze.
Hello.
What do you make of everything that's been happening then, or is there stuff that's been happening that I need to know?
Nothing that you should concern yourself with or worry about. Nothing beyond the ordinary. I've been keeping an eye on you with what I can. Seems like lots happening around you and you're not doing much about it. Whether that be to help or hinder. Much like the eye of a storm is peaceful and calm. Problem is, storms move. The eye simply does nothing and sits still. Will soon find itself at the wrath of a hurricane.
So we need to do something for the silent moves.
Either move
Because
with
whether
it,
it's
make it move for you, or you be at its mercy. Storm does not ask permission, nor does it necessarily even know where it is going. It does not think to forget, and it does not seek forgiveness, but it leaves in its wake. It just is. Talk about looking for a storm. Searching for this big thing, like it's something hold in your hand. Observe like a meteorological event. But storms are not always nature. Storm people. Storm in towns and cities, even though they are so opposite in nature. A storm brews in the heart of every elemental of air, some of that of water. There are so many storms around you at all times. I know you'll find whatever you're looking for. Whether it's simply by being buffeted down the river by a hurricane, or carving a new bed to sail along.
First things first. Deal with the storm here. Or whatever the hell the storm is inside that archmage. If you could call it that.
You'll do what you need to. I have no doubt. Like, as you look up, you see the clouds are beginning to swirl like that of a start of a hurricane beginning to form. And as you kind of like are stood still at the end of this rocky outcropping, you see it like spiraling down towards you, almost as like curling, like a snake hanging from a tree, getting ready to pounce on some unsuspecting creature below it, as it like almost like worms its way down through the air itself. You watch the clouds being pulled and shifted around it, and as it does, as it is coming straight for your head and you're looking up at it, almost like looking through a telescope, you see calm, serene, baby blue sky above it, lit by the light of a sun, no doubt. And then dreams take you elsewhere. Maybe you stir, maybe you simply rest. But you lose that connection. For now. Cyrus. This intense heat on your chest. Not in it. On it. As if someone had dipped a metal boot into a forge and then was using it to step on your chest itself.
Step on me, Fabi.
Burns. But it doesn't burn unpleasantly. As your nose takes in the sulphurous smell, you feel your eyes open and you see you are being effectively used as a footstool by Fife, who sat on his throne, one leg crossed over the other, and the one that touches and would come into contact with the ground of his tev is placed square on your ribcage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and lift off his legs off of me. Just
Make an athletics check.
Nope, not doing it.
He's got like he's only got two toes, like two big toes, like splayed at your like base of your neck.
No, that's a 9.
You're gonna fuck your guard.
Like heft
Nope.
up against it. You can't manage to lift the foot. And then you hear a that tickles, then the foot lifts off from you and you like feel yourself able to breathe, and the air as it rushes in to meet your lungs, this like hot air filling the hot space. It's like uncomfortably warm, but again, it never burns. It never has that pained heat to it.
I'm gonna get up and take like 2 solid steps away from him.
You look around the command deck that you're in. You see a little skull control system up ahead, moving seemingly on its own. As Fife is sat in his chair, looking down on you. Have you felt any different?
The fire didn't seem to hurt as much as usual.
Comes of a cost, all things do. Partially that unarmed man's life, small price to pay. But embracing the fire does mean you are weak, cold. Those who can cut through with icy thoughts, icy actions. Be mindful of them, because they will sting.
All right.
And find that heat in your chest that I'm sure has been choking you for the last while, and put to better use. It doesn't
will.
hurt you anymore. So you turn it outward.
Yeah, Cyrus is at a little bit lost for words at the minute.
Just fucking.
No.
Guys, being nice. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bit confused. He's like, he's never been this nice to me before.
You're doing well. Shut up, little pup. Soon you'll
Thank
be one
you.
of the big dogs.
You know, if I knew that all it would take was killing a man unarmed to get you to be a little nicer to me, I might have done it years ago.
Yes, but then you wouldn't have been doing it for you. You would have been doing it for me. And that... not very selfish at all, is it?
I guess not.
Don't worry. You still have plenty of time. Continue to prove yourself and your worth. See if you're ready for this battle on the horizon, wherever line you find yourself on. Front, back, side. Prove yourself. And I can, see about correcting your lopsidedness.
Something to consider.
We can't make deals, you and I. We're too bound already. To be like signing a contract with a blood relative. There's a conflict of interest that has to be considered. Plus, you're already bound.
So I just need to prove myself to you, and you'll make me stronger.
Or you could bestow some gifts to me. Not material, those are boring. But I'm sure there are many who would be willing to part with things to gain. Maybe some.
We do have a few. I was gonna say we have a few new recruits. Not too sure on how far they stand on how far they're willing to go to make things change. I'll have to consider it.
Lorian's powers. Whenever you make such agreements, it does allow us to stretch our ability beyond what we'd normally be capable of, using a little bit of his will. Like your sick friend or enemy now, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not too sure where she stands.
Could make that illness, right? Make it much worse. It's not a threat, it's an offer. Again, not in my normal roadhouse. I would need fuel for the fire. Whoever does agree, it's not like they are cast away and sent away to Abaddon right in that moment. They get to live their full life, enjoy it. Just means when they're ready to move on, stick around a while. Be useful.
I'll get back to you on that.
Bitch.
I didn't say it was you. Don't make me think twice.
You didn't say it wasn't.
I mean, she did give away a manual of all her weaknesses. He just makes her sicker.
He doesn't know about that.
Not yet.
No, he does not.
I think you had something you were supposed to get up to. I'll not interrupt your already going to be sleepless night. Remember, I'm listening. And then you yourself stir and rise, and you find yourself.
I feel like the moment he says I'm listening, Cyrus is like, "Oh yeah, by the way, can you?" And then the train ends. He's like, "No, I'm done." Because I just thought of something when he said that.
Dead aloud, you just wake up in the dark room with the
Dismissed.
the heat still lingers in you though, as if you're still on that ship.
I mean, he's listening, apparently.
I'm not gonna say it, no.
Just saying, if you fuck him, you might get more power.
Cyrus, is there anything you want to do this evening, apart from sleep?
I'm gonna go to the Dryad's Tears.
Yep. All four are, 2 are currently trancing, and the other 2 are currently awake. They kind of see you up and kind of give you a little like quiet nod. Yasin probably it's Yasin if you want to on watch probably at this point, and Yasin goes like, "Alright, can't sleep."
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was bad dreams or not. What are the Elvish customs for burying people?
Up here, we don't have much space in regards to land, so normally there's a special chamber in the catacombs for those who don't have, they all have dedicated plots or areas, but obviously you can't put full bodies in there because they'd fill up too fast. So the priest normally rots down the corpse quickly using magic. Bones turn to dust before our eyes, and then we collected all the remains, the dust, the rot, the fungus, and we put it in the relevant family where it eventually self and merge with the other members there and all become one, and eventually probably nothing, I imagine. They probably just eat themselves.
So how disrespectful would it be if I threw a body off the city?
Barely. If they were a native here, they would have a family. Probably like to be with them. But I mean, it's it really depends, I guess,
I'm just thinking of what to do with the body upstairs.
Yeah.
I don't think we have the time to worry about proper burial rites, but if we can get something close to it, maybe.
Tracky probably could have rotted him down here, but it does smell a bit. It's not pretty and clean. But death shouldn't be. Deaths are never pretty and clean.
You have been doing this for longer than we have. What do you usually do with the bodies of your enemies?
Even as a warning. Covered then by whoever wants to find them and do whatever they want to bring themselves peace, but at least that way you get your message out, and the family, the people who, give a shit aren't aren't left wondering. We do this because we have to get a message out. We don't have a choice. If we didn't do it, bad things will happen.
I don't remember if Barrows told me his name.
Would have heard
Maybe
of
I can't remember if Barrows asked his name. He didn't.
He did.
Barrows did, yeah.
He got a name.
Not gonna remind you what it was, but there was a name said verbally, and Cyrus would be present for it. But whether or not Cyrus remembers that is.
No, does not. He does not. If I get rid of the body, people are gonna be mad. We need to be working together. Exactly. Right, I'm gonna go back to bed, try and sleep.
You should do that. You'll need all the rest you can get. Day tomorrow, probably.
Yeah. I'll see you in the morning.
Oh.
Just goes back to bed.
Back, settle down. Eventually, sleep does take you once more. Don't feel the like brimstone heat at any time soon, apart from what still lingers in your chest from that first breath you took in. Still kind of like, it's as if you've like inhaled the smoke from a fire. Like it's got that like in your chest, that like tingling, like the first drag of like cigarette almost. And yeah, eventually you all stir, you wake up, you find yourselves alive. A new day befalls you.
The fact you said you find yourselves alive worries me. Is that not gonna happen much longer?
Nobody broke in.
Dead yet.
Nobody broke in.
Yep, the
Watch
dry
is
tears
not
are
finished.
all fully recovered as well. They give a little nod as you wake up. Like, and yeah, no one came to sniff around the night, seemed quiet. I can't imagine they'll bother us here. We're in an abandoned stable house. Doesn't exactly scream activity.
Has there been any announcements before we woke up? Anything from the watch or the archmage?
Nothing on the screens, but they're still definitely in red alert. I don't know. They've stopped broadcasting about anyone who wishes to leave to go to the military dock. I think that ship has sailed, if there ever was one.
I'm gonna wake up and try and hack into the sergeants.
Did you already try to do that one, or you that one you hadn't? It was the
I
private.
tried. I just
You
did
tried the privates.
You tried the sergeant. If you hack and fail, they permanently lock out. You get one try.
Yeah. So it is all down to the luck. What am I rolling?
It is Arcana because it's a fully magical based system. It's not like you can thieves tools your way in. It's a
Oh, bastard! There's no nothing like 20.
what was the result? It hasn't loaded up for me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's a four. It was the 4.
You're not on roll 20.
It was, and then it's just kicked me back off, so I'm re-uploading.
fair
It doesn't seem
There we
to. You can't really find a way to breach the security of this one, unfortunately.
Alright.
You do think you could remove the add-ons from this one? Did you take the privates as well, or did you? I think you said you took both.
I took both of them, yeah.
You think you could probably remove the add-ons from these ones if you'd like? They're the same. They're the group sync and the muffled receiver. But you think the second they're removed, they're probably not. The group sync will no longer have. You think it's probably dead because it's not going to have a connection anymore. But the muffled receivers might still work, but there might be a chance that they'll not work reliably because if they're, they are technically locked out. So there's a chance that maybe they won't always work or.
Okay. Well, I'll
something
piece them
like that.
together and I'll pass it around and say if anyone wants one, this is it. Storing it to one side.
Yeah. I think Barros will just be kind of overviewing like what map of the city he has, like pointing out like probably to the Dryad's Tears where the checkpoints are and stuff.
Yeah, the drive steers probably pull up a like one of their holo shop objects, like a tourist board like map of the city, and they're able to like go and like highlight areas and make marks and things like that. Of like, you know, they highlight all the areas in the city for you. They highlight all around the safe house, like you see here. They highlight all this stuff for you, so you have like a physical map plan, and you're able to sync that to all your holo shops, like a shared connection.
Yeah, so I'll
Locally.
point out where the checkpoints are, what kind of like, if they're like, you know, heavily guarded, underguarded. I'll point out the bit in Bridal, the small militia, and yeah, kind of just point it out, and then I'll kind of probably turn to the rest of these guys and be like, right, we're probably waiting for an announcement, but in the meantime, we need to have a backup plan to potentially take the district, knock off a couple of these checkpoints.
I think we do. I think we should start with the one that's right outside.
That would give us the best chance to expand. I think with all of us, we could take it. The one up at the Bit and Bridle, that little militia, we may struggle. I think if we push north and take all the ones up to the, if we take up out all of the checkpoints to the blacksmith, that will give us a sizable area to work with. Then we can make our way round to the library once that's cleared.
Okay.
You
Give us
also
some
need to
breathing
consider
room.
the docks. We haven't had any scattered out yet, but unlike the middle district, which borders us, which is walled, the docks aren't walled off. They are slightly lowered at points, but they are still fairly open. If we expand, well, right now we are in the middle of a hornet's nest. If we expand that way, it's good, but we don't ever get our back to a wall. We're always going to be looking all around us. Apart from maybe the little bits of the middle district we can back up into, but then that we could risk being, you know, shot down on many overlookers.
We also don't want to push too high to the military dock. I'm sure they've got that place relatively well guarded with, you know, they've also got access to ships, probably heavier ammunition than we have. We don't want to stretch ourselves too thin.
So push south,
That might be the better option.
get control of the civilian docks.
That way, it would also give the Stormwind to help us get them
Yes.
easier access.
Having a dock would probably be very advantageous.
The city
It
has
also means-
defenses. They can just shoot down whatever they don't want. Ships
Is
coming
there a
in
way
or
that-
out.
I wonder, is there a way that we could break?
Incapacitate them.
Yeah.
That's from the Castello, right?
The Costello
Everything's
has
controlled.
definitely got control of everything. That's where the master controls be, but I'm sure localized you could do damage. I mean, like, an arcane turret's only as good as its stand that props it up is, you know? If you had a ship with decent fixtures on it, it might be able to, you know, break it enough to make it
Atlas,
stop turning.
You said you were given some kind of turret cannon from Galadris, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't know if it would go up against a turret, though. I don't really know much about it. She gestures to her Tev cannon.
Well, what did Galadris say about it?
He said, that my my star mark runs off celestial energy, which is the same thing that the original Tevs ran off. So it's fired up till this. I need to hold down this button till it goes beep from at least 100 foot away, and it will either shoot something, break, or blow me to bits.
Did he say you had to be 100 feet away from it?
He heavily suggested it.
Okay, so I'm imagining it's going to make a hell of an explosion. So it'll definitely do damage, whether or not it'll take the cannon out. Depends on how good of a shot, how lucky we are, yeah.
I think we start just by we'll start small and then we think big. Let's start with
By the time we're taking the docks, I don't think noise is going to be a problem.
No, I think we start with this blockade outside.
Give it
And then we
breathing
move forward from
release.
there.
From what we saw, they have an armored self-drive carriage and some kind of turret. But not that many men. If we can get the element of surprise on them, then we could probably get them before they get to their turret.
Yes, unless there's someone up permanently on it.
Also, taking the armored self-carriage, we could use it to get around faster. Might not draw as much attention as the gondola. Especially if we have people in the front driving it in disguises.
Alright, so how are we going to attack this? Are we just going for a full-up attack it from behind?
Well, there's a row of buildings next to the checkpoint. We could try and loop around the back of them, cut through an alleyway. Get as close as we
each side.
Get as close as we can to it before anyone has time to react.
Some of us can approach from the roof.
Roof on each side.
If we can get the element of surprise, then I think we can get this over before they make any noise.
Right. So who's going where?
I
I'll
thought we
go
were
for one of
waiting
the
for the
roofs.
Archmage to do something.
If we wait
We
for
are,
them to
but
do something.
we could be waiting a while, and if we wait for too long, they're going to get ahead of us. We're still on a deadline.
Well, every day we wait, the more they hunker down, the more heavily fortified everything will get.
We can wait if we want.
Unless we figure out a way to weaken one of the engines. Not destroy it or cause the city to fall out of the sky, but if we weaken one of the engines or take it offline, well, they can't make the city ascend. Which means that they would have to put time and energy into fixing it.
I'm sure Trekkie has some expertise in that.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd get anywhere near an engine, not while the city's in this state of lockdown.
No, I'm just thinking as possibilities in order to buy us time when we're ready to.
Atlas, what do you want to do? Apart from leave.
I don't know. I feel like we've moved from attacking people to attack us to planning to attack people and kill them just because they're guarding a street we're on.
All need to make me right now a dexterity saving throw.
That's always good. It's always a good thing to hear.
Roll for
Make-
Dryad's Tears.
Make the decision for you.
Timed events, because things happen while you guys like to sit and talk, but the world
Is
does
this,
not stop and wait for you.
Question just for effect. Is this a magical effect or is it just a...
It's not a magical effect now.
Okay, no worries.
So, Cyrus, Atlas, and Beros, you are the only ones who are able to keep yourselves on your own feet. As Volgir, all foremost of the Dryad's Tears, and Astra all are thrown to the ground as they lose their balance, as the whole floor begins to shake and rumble like an earthquake. Atlas, you probably are able to like just beat your wings once and like suspend yourself in the air, stopping yourself from falling over. Like Cyrus, you brace yourself like against like the wall or like against the door frame. And Beros, you probably just use your like keen like agility just to keep yourself stable, like going with the flow essentially.
Things.
You find this lasts for about. It seems to be lasting for over 30 seconds. It's still you feel like it's like a horror, like a rumbling, like full like shaking you around. 45 seconds lasts for. 55.
Can I make my way to the window or the door and see if I can see outside?
You look outside, you see people are like, you know, anyone in the street is like falling to the ground. Even the guards at the checkpoint and stuff are like, you know, you see them. So a few have managed to get inside the vehicle and like closed it.
Check. Can I do an Arcana check to see if I think it's magical in nature?
Sure.
What's happening?
Why do I feel like the engines have just? I feel like the engines have just been fired.
And then after 1 minute, it stops.
12.
How
12?
high have we climbed?
You're not really sure about arcanically, but just like base intelligence wise, it feels like your altitude has increased ever so slightly. You're being pushed to the ground as if gravity was getting in more intense for a moment, which you felt before when like, you know, Tevs are taking off, things like that. That's that shift of G-force. Asher, what were you looking for?
I was just trying to figure out if it's like natural or not.
Not natural.
Like,
Definitely not
actually
natural. No, it didn't feel like an earthquake. It wouldn't make sense to you anyway. You're not even touching the surface of the planet.
Maybe it was a skyquake. Squake.
And then you all hear from the terminal in the stable, from the big screens all across the city, from the gondolas that fly overhead or any airships still patrolling around, you hear a voice ring out across them. One that I don't think you've heard before. And those of you who look at the screen, you see there is a figure. They are in a full like black like tight fitting like trousers, like tactical boots that kind of go up to their knee, but not like in a military fashion, almost in like a kind of, it's very heavily stylized, big buckles, a black like jumper, like rises right up to the like chin, like turtleneck style, and a big smile, a pair of like tinted glasses, long like ginger red hair, like pale skin to like, you know, reflect it, and you hear the voice ring out, and you see a little beacon across the bottom. It says like Galadriel Firestride, Minister of Magical Affairs, and you just hear like, I know what you're all thinking. What just happened? And that, people of Tilm, is how progress feels. That was the first successful test of the new astral engines. There will be a few more over the next couple of days just to make sure that everything is pitch perfect, running smoothly, twinked just the right amount, so that everything's going to go smooth sailing whenever we do ascend to the stars. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does that mean for me? A lowly high mage, you know, just chilling out of my tower, just looking to cast some magic. Well, let me answer you this. We're gonna go to the stars, people. We're gonna see things that your parents dreamed about. And not on the deck of some tight, cramped, stuffy vessel from the comfort of our own homes. It's like we're bringing the universe to our doorstep. We are gonna go there together. I know, this is a tense time for all of us. People are scared, worried, unsure. I'm not asking you to put your doubts and fears aside. Hold on to them. They're what make us elves. What you need to do
Doubt and fear makes us elves.
is in your eyes. Listen, feel. Think about what this means for all of us. We are going to be forerunners. We're going to be the people that everyone copies. In 100 years from now, 400 years from now, whenever they think they can match our technology. We already sit strong on the amalgamate. This will strengthen that for all of us, for all elves. And whenever we're ready, we can come, go as we please. We set our own rules. We just have to break this inhibition that we seem to be setting for ourselves, people. We're going to be hosting a few more talks across the next couple of days once the whole red alert thing dies down. So stay safe, stay indoors. Make sure you vet your neighbors in case they're, out to blow up some civilians or something like that. But don't worry, the Watch are on high alert to keep us safe, and they will. That's what they're there for. They're there to watch over us. I have been Galadriel Fireside. You have been beautiful, as always, Tilm. I look forward to riding the stars with you. And then the transmission feeds back to just the red alert.
I know we've had our disagreements over this, but are we all in agreement that that guy sucks?
Yes.
I'm ready to burn the city down just to kill that guy.
Like, he's like Wade if Wade was an asshole.
Wait, are we not in agreement that Wade's an asshole?
Whoa, how dare you talk that way about my best friend Wade?
Wade's innocent, okay? That guy's got blood in his hands.
True. Wade does give us good hallucinogenics.
He's looked after us in the past.
So back to the topic in hand.
The first test of the engine.
Attacking the...
They never said anything about life support.
What do you mean life support?
Well, surely you can't breathe Expanse.
Maybe
How are
they're
they
gonna
gonna-
get a big old dome.
Would they not need to test that before the engines?
Maybe that'll be the next test.
I mean, they're a majocracy. I think they could pretty much test it within a day or two, and if it works, it works.
Maybe it's something we can frighten or tell the people about, because either way,
They're probably doing it on a smaller scale.
Lyrilleth summoned a bubble of air over my head. Sure, a powerful enough mage could summon a bubble of air over a city.
And what about all those that don't have magic?
That's why you would summon it over the entire city.
Can I just bring us back to the let's not get trapped in this barn scenario here? Because at the moment we seem to be a bit divided on what we're going to do.
I think expanding is the right move.
I think expand towards the docks seems more sensible.
I just think securing our local area, however, we need to do it in such a way that we're not drawing attention. We don't just pick the closest one to us every single time. Because if we pick the closest one to us every single time, they're going to work out eventually where we're operating from.
Bro, but we do need to get rid of the closest one right now.
Get
Because
rid
that
of the
will
closest
allow
one.
us to move more freely.
Even
And
we
then-
take out one, and the Dryad's Tears take out one further away.
The one down the street, it's going to take all of us.
Well, we got another base. We could always message Shaki to take care of one.
We do.
You can also message
Oh,
Lara or the other
Yeah.
members of the core Dryad's Tears as well. You could contact all of them. With if you're willing to pump spells into your hollow straps. Lara, you can contact for free because you have the setting stone, but anyone else you want to reach out to, you will need to do that on either by make your way there on foot, which will take, time, or you'll need to expend resources like spell slots, things like that, or any other way to communicate.
Yeah.
Your holoshop does let you attempt to send a setting spell to a linked to like a holoshop that you know exists at the cost of a 2nd level spell, but there is a 25% chance it will fail.
What's the spell requirement to do just a message on the ones that we stole off the guards?
It's the same. If you want to do a long range message, it's a 2nd level spell slot that has a 25% chance to not transmit.
This may not work.
If you put a 3rd level spell slot, it will just work because it's just you casting the sending spell. It'll have a same. It probably has like a 5% chance to fail because it's you may not have the spell in your spell list or be capable of casting it.
So on a completely separate note, when are we leveling up?
Maybe when you fucking do shit. I don't know.
It's gonna be a while. So maybe we should send a message to.
Every time we ask when we're leveling up, he adds another session to it.
Maybe we should send a message to Alara and Trekkie, tell them to start expanding out, if they are able to. I know they have the least trained, but maybe they'll help balance the scales at taking down a few checkpoints. Meanwhile, we'll expand as well. Better than just us doing the groundwork.
Even we take out this one next to us and they take out one further north or something, we'll seem more scattered rather than us coming out from one location.
We don't know too much about the middle city yet. Maybe Alara's team should do a few scout missions first, report back to us, then we can see about how we're going to expand there.
We need to focus on this district first.
I'm just saying they're not doing anything up there and they can't help us down here. So we may as well put them to use gathering information.
Just if we use all our resources in one district, they'll eventually realize that we're only hitting one district.
I mean, right now we have. We're not going to use all our resources in one district all the time. Just right now, I'm talking about the plan right now, like the next move.
Why don't we see if Alara could do a distraction while us and Trekkie?
Well, even if they're scouting the area and they get seen involuntarily, then at least they know that we're not just. They don't know where we are exactly because we're in the middle, we're in the lower. I think Alara and her team scouting the area, gathering information, and Trekkie and his group taking out another checkpoint, or even seeing if they can gather more followers, while we take out the checkpoint nearest to us. I think that is the best course of action for us right now.
Right.
Anybody got disagreements with that?
No, let's do that.
Are we capturing these guards or are we killing them?
Well,
Volga, you seem to.
All these guys.
We don't have the capacity unless you want to march into the library and take that first. Use it as a prisoner. A prisoner camp. Then
I'm all
we're going to have to kill some people.
Trying to save lives when we can. What I don't like doing is killing people who are completely defenseless and shoots a snappy eye at Cyrus.
You shoot me a snappy eye and I might just kill you too.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm joking anyway. We're gonna have to make some tough calls. If they shoot at us first, we have to be prepared to kill them. We can't have anybody half-assing us. They will be going for the kill. You two encountered guards yesterday. Did they hesitate to attack you?
No, not a single bit.
We are Tilm's most wanted. In their eyes. We need to be ready to make the hard calls. We don't have the manpower or the capacity to take prisoners of everyone.
No. My concern is if someone surrenders.
If someone surrenders, that's a different story, but
We'll
they're
take
loyal.
everyone. They're loyal until proven otherwise. To them.
If they surrender, then we can capture one or two. Find somewhere to put them, but
If you get an armored carriage,
maybe a few
armored carriage.
privates might surrender. They may be convinced to join us.
Is there a couple armored? Is there room for an armored carriage in our tables?
Not with
The
the
gauntlet,
gondola.
the gondola, yeah, blocks it. If you remove the gauntlet, yes, but you could also like look at taking buildings that would have space. Like the Bit and Bridle has a stable as well, as does the Colosseum. It would have somewhere to store creatures. You imagine a lot of storage space in there.
The docks
Well,
probably also
why don't-
have warehouses and
Would it be worth our while?
Doing the Brit and Bridle first.
No, I was gonna say, you said the Bit and Bridle is very much on the case of we're on the Watchers team.
There's
What
a large militia there. They will fight us, and they are civilians. They're not guards.
I wonder if there's anybody near us that are of a different decision.
Is it
won't know
worth
until
trying
we
to take the
expand the area.
self-carriage Maximus? It's a large building. But, I don't imagine many people would have sheltered there, and it'll have holding pens for any beasts or fighters, so...
Yeah, but it's also a larger building, which will be a lot harder to hold with few people. It'd take 100 odd people just to man the walls.
I mean, if we can take half this district, then that's a good idea. But we have to take at least a few checkpoints first. Get the people's opinion from the areas that we do to liberate. See if people are willing. Once we've taken the first checkpoint, the one just outside, we can figure about taking larger buildings.
It'll also allow us to move through this area a little more freely.
Yeah, let's just get rid of that checkpoint.
I don't want to put any plans in motion that we can't react to. We might take this checkpoint and they might react tenfold and surround us. I don't want to.
Let's not get ahead of
plans.
ourselves.
Why don't we test then? Why don't we test instead of going for that one? Let's go for another one that's just out of our way, like this one, or this one.
We need to take out this one. We need to take out this one to get to those ones, at least safely.
This one is essentially watching this building. So if we take out this one, then we can move down this street and take out this one, or we can take out that one next.
Plus the armored carriage and the turret would be assets.
The armored carriage would mean that we could actually travel up to the checkpoint in disguise and then get the jump on them, rather than trying to sneak around buildings.
It also means we can move around the city undetected.
Right. Well, rather than let's try and plan 50,000 steps in front of us, let's just do the first step and get it done with.
Yeah, let's take this checkpoint.
Because we can talk about this all day, and then we'll end up talking ourselves out of it somehow. We all agreed that we may have to kill some people here.
Yep.
But we will not attack anyone who surrendered. Unless they act in a non-surrendered way.
Astro grip onto Cyrus.
Cyrus just holds it up, but when Astra goes to grip it, he'll just move it. What are you doing?
She'll glare at him.
Cyrus isn't doing any more of those devil promises.
I already did it once. This is me reiterating that I've done it.
You
Yeah,
can't
that's you
raise
too.
Pinky and not do the square.
I'm not doing it. I've already sweared once.
She just grabs the finger and drags it down. Even if you're just like, what the fuck?
Right. Should we?
Darius, you agree?
Yeah, I'm just very confused at what these two are doing, but yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Some
all
kind of
Mr. Promises.
some
Here's
kind
to
of
the-
flag.
Right.
Let's go liberate the
So-
city then.
Yeah, I'll go for the roof to the south.
Are you okay? I know you can climb roofs, but are you okay getting down? Is it not worth the people with wings getting up there?
Well, do they have? Yeah, well, people can go up there, but
I'm just thinking
It might be better
people be
sniping.
getting down. I mean, you have a bow and arrow. It's just that last fight, you really wanted to use that sword of yours.
well, I use it if I need to. I don't always have to.
If you can get on the roof and snipe a little bit, then yeah,
To sit on your
that's probably a good plan. Also, you can keep an eye out for any gondolas that might come piquing interest.
Yes.
Right,
Right. Well, that's
and we're in agreeance. Me, Cyrus, and a couple of the elves will go on foot. Wait for our more agile abled to jump from the roof, surprise them. Everybody attacks at once. Hopefully we can be quick, quiet, and precise. But we all know that's not going to go with the plan. Never does.
no.
Yeah.
I see we've got a new companion.
Dragon. He's been here the whole time.
I need to summon a Dragon actually back in.
There you go.
Right.
You could have done that like now while we're talking.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
Cool.
You guys are heading out, so you're gonna attack the checkpoint. So, are you taking the Dryad's Tears with you on this attack, or are you going just?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like the other captains, you guys all technically, although you're only one individual each, you all count as a like medium, a well-trained medium.
Edrigon, stop trying to eat the DM's pencil.
You're kind of a well-trained medium individual. You are pretty formidable as a group. You kind of well-trained medium, despite only being small-sized. You're not quite as powerful as someone like Tracky or a Lara,
Not yet, bitch.
but you're kind of like you're more powerful than say the core Dryad's Tears who you're with, who count as a medium. But there's like 8 of them, so the 4 of them only count as a small group. So even though there's only 5 of you, you still count as medium, even though you should really still be small. You don't quite hit that that body count. So you've got a bit of heft behind yourself. So you're a well-trained medium, and you got a well-trained small with you. You're going up against a well-trained small.
Oh.
You're going against.
Summon dismissed.
You're going against a well-trained small garrison. So effectively, that will mean what you can do is because you guys are doing it, you can choose. This is kind of like I think Total War do this, where you can auto-resolve the conflict, and
Yeah.
you can just take it on a dice roll and just like that's the result, or you can go in and do the objective and play the whole thing turn by turn, play by play, like however you're doing it. And that goes for attacking and taking a checkpoint all the way up to, hey, I want to stealth into the back door of the bitten bridle and poison the eel, like, or whatever it is you want to do.
It's not a bad idea. But how do we feel? Do we want to auto combat or do we want to?
I mean,
Do we get like a
it's
predictive percentage?
how much combat you want to do, or whether or not you want to kind of like churn these checkpoints out, like,
You guys at this point,
Is it
because you are accompanying the group, it's a well-trained small against a well-trained small, so that means they basically like they would be an equal matched target because you're helping and you are a well-trained medium group. That means you will add an extra 20% to the chance, so it's 70% in your favor that you will be able to complete it without losses. If you still beat the 50%, so if you beat the 70%, you'll complete it without losses. If you reach higher than 50%, you will still succeed, but you will suffer some losses. And if you take lower than 50%, you will feel and you will incur losses, and the more below you feel, the higher your losses will be.
I feel like we should just actually fight it. That's for someone who doesn't enjoy combat that much, but I feel like at least then we can kind of control our losses, and
Yeah, like if someone needs healing,
if someone needs healing, we can heal them,
Well,
and like
It's
You will not
It's
have
what
that
they
luxury
actually-
on
it's
like
what
your
they say.
other groups.
Yeah. Are we sending Trekkie and the others to do something while we're doing this?
This will be your first
Make
morning
them do
time slot. So,
recon.
if you want to contact Alara and tell her she's doing recon, someone needs to spend a spell slot and contact Alara. I will
Or-
also say, if you are doing the auto-resolve thing, so let's say you go into the auto-resolve and you say, hey, I'm going to spend both my wild shapes and I'm going to spend 4 second level spell slots. It's like, okay, that will probably add percentage chance. Or you can be like, okay, let's roll it. And it's like, okay, that was a shit roll. It's like, how much are we willing to be like, I'm going to use my rage, I'll give up half my hit dice, what assets are you willing to give, and then basically, if I deem it as enough, I might allow you to re-roll, or I might say, unfortunately, that would not be enough to turn the tide of the battle. It'll probably be dependent on how far you were from succeeding in the first place, and again, it does not guarantee success. It just means you get the chance to roll again. But if you declare beforehand, like, I'm going to go in and I'm planning on healing 4 people when they go down, so I'm going to set aside 4 first level spell slots for cure wounds, that will have a percentage increase. I'll tell you how much it is as and when you offer those things up, but just to give you an idea, 70% as it sits right now, you could theoretically get it all the way to 100 if you pumped enough shit into it. Or you can play it yourself and you could maybe perfect it anyway, because that's just what happens.
Atlas can message Alara for free, can't she? Because of their stones.
Yep, by using the Sending Stone, you don't have to pay anything to message Alara, so what would you like to help her to do? Tell her to recon the middle district, is that the plan?
I think that was the plan.
I think so, yeah.
Mhm.
So Alara, with her group, are going to recon the middle district.
be careful. Oh my god, please be careful.
Are we getting Trekkie to do anything? See if
Yeah,
we can
I want him
gather more
to
followers.
jump off the city and kill
No,
himself.
No, useful things, Atlas.
Yeah,
useful
go kill
things.
I think that would be useful.
Not to us. That'd be
Send-
very useful to the Archmage.
Send an extremely powerful wizard to tell him that Atlas told him, go kill yourself for the greater good.
Atlas says go kill yourself for the greater good, but could you actually try and find more followers and scout your area a bit? Or
I feel like you're like sending a message and just in the background Atlas is like, kill yourself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe pushing Trekkie up to just this untrained small, just to kind of give him a bit more freedom, might be a good idea.
Volgir,
Plus it
can
might
you-
eventually be a shout to try and get like
Do you know
them
second level
pushing up
spells?
and down.
This is the issue.
I do.
I don't have second.
Can Astra spend a second level spell slot to boost Volgir's message?
Yep. I'll let her charge your follow trap for you if you'd like. Technically not
So
how it
we're-
should work, but technically you would have the time to. She could also just contact track. Like you would all have that detail, and you could
Okay,
just like,
well,
here is the script
it's
of
all
what we're
part
gonna
of
tell
all
them to do.
straps.
Like it doesn't really matter. It's not really.
Okay. So Astra message Trekkie, tell him to take out the small militia group to give himself a bit more freedom in his area. Atlas message Alara, scout the middle section as much as you can. Be discreet, be careful, stay safe. And we're going to try and give ourselves some breathing room by taking out the nearest checkpoint.
Sweet.
Is that the plan?
Your group in the end of the city, are they doing anything, or are they just lying low for now?
Oh,
I think maybe
What group?
Undercity group should lay low for now.
I was thinking maybe they just recon.
Yeah, maybe.
or try to
could
gather
they-
followers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gather followers
well, I'm
by
thinking
there.
if they recon with that thought process in mind, at least then maybe
Yeah.
we'll get some ideas of
Like, so Discord supposed to do.
recon public opinion.
Well, that might be hard when the city is still on lockdown.
You could have them get your notoriety level. That would effectively,
Yeah, that might be helpful.
they could look into that for you and try to but also you might not need both a untrained medium and a small well-trained group to that. You could split that group further and have like one group check your notoriety, one group recon the undercity, or you could have one group. I'll tell like right now the city is like the last time you checked the city's opinion on things, it was about a 50-50 split of whether or not they wanted to go ahead with this.
So
Even
maybe
if
the people in the Undercity should be trying to sway opinions.
Yeah.
Or at least find
Like-
out if opinions are swaying one way or the other.
Or if they're swayable.
Even,
Because if they do recon and find
Even
out
if-
that like everyone's like, actually no, we do want to ascend, then our job's done.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, we can just fuck off.
Yeah.
We're just like, well, fair
Even
enough.
if
You do
they're-
what you're gonna do, Tracky. We're gonna go.
So Undercity's reconning?
Yeah.
City opinion and notoriety?
yeah.
You're splitting them up. So the well-trained are doing recon, and the untrained are doing like a notoriety gathering.
I think so, yeah.
You want your notoriety score. You don't want to know how the city's opinion is, or do you want?
Like, we could have them.
I thought we
Like,
were
even-
go, I thought we were going
Maybe-
for city's opinion.
Maybe city opinion would be more useful than what the guards think of us, because we already know that they want us dead. So maybe trying to find out what the city thinks of us would be more useful.
Maybe next segment have them like show counter arguments to
To
Make
make
it-
us look better.
All right.
look better and have more doubt in the archmages and
Yeah.
everything going on
Cool.
to get
Okay.
them to our side.
Then I need one person to roll me a D20 for Alara's recon of the Middle District, please. She gets some bonuses
can
out
do
of
it.
this because she's taken her group and herself, so she will have a plus.
Just a D20, yeah.
Just a D20, please. Yep. Good.
How do I get rid of this? Go away. Ah, there we go.
She gets a +6 to the roll, so 24. Very successful. Alara is able to recon the upper city successfully. She doesn't seem to have any issues. The problem is she can't report back to you because she doesn't have any magic. So you cannot get any of that intel at this time, but you don't hear on the grapevine of anything like a group of terrorists got caught in the middle city as you're kind of going on business. So it's safe to assume that that went off probably.
Without a hitch.
So that's a success. Can I have someone else roll me a
Great
d20
success.
for the Undercity's recon group? This is the small, well-trained group, which means that they get a +2 to the roll.
I'll roll that one.
17.
17.
Good. Yeah, again, no magical spellcaster, but you don't hear about any people in the Undercity being found out. And finally, I needed just a straight. Actually, you know what? The untrained guys probably wouldn't need to make a check at all. They'd probably be fine. The Undercity, although it can't get anything back to you, just for the sake of you having a direct reward for this, effectively, you're able to basically be sent a message almost like, by, anyone who's going about places or anything like that. Eventually word gets back to you. The city's opinion is currently sitting at about a 40-60 split in favor of the Archmage, based on recent events such as a explosion in a civilian concentrated area to cause a mass panic, and then also the fact that the city is in lockdown, and that the Archmage's council have been seemingly dealing with the problem fairly well. Red alert, everyone's in safety, no one else is getting hurt, they're, as far as they're concerned, a majority of the city believe they're doing a good job, but there's still a good chunk of the city who doubt that it's necessarily the right move, whether or not it's for the reasons of ascending to the Expanse, or maybe just they don't like how things are being run. And I need one person to roll me a D100, sorry, for Tracky's attack. Tracky is with a untrained medium-sized group coming up against an untrained small group. So they would already have a 75% advantage, and Tracky adds plus 20 to that. So roll me a D20, and if you roll a 96 or higher, it will fail.
A D20 I'm rolling?
D100, sorry. D100. Someone needs to roll me a D100. 26. So Tracky is able to successfully take that checkpoint, and because Tracky is the only one who can contact you back, you will receive a sending. Who contacted Tracky? Was that
Astra.
Astra.
So Astra, at some point during your mission, you receive the following sending from Tracky. He basically tells you he was able to take the checkpoint without a hitch. And he basically asks you, do you want them to hold it or simply destroy it?
Astra will relay that. Trek was successful. He wants to know, should he destroy the bit and bridle or hold it? Maybe it's not.
Destroy the checkpoint or hold it.
He's going after the militia group. Was that not the bit and bridle?
Yeah. No,
He was going after a checkpoint near him. Over on this
It's
side.
the smaller one. I think destroy it. There's not much military power that we can use it for. It's not a specifically advantageous one.
Okay.
You tell him to destroy it?
Do I need to spend another second level
No,
spell slot to do that, or-
it's part of that communication. So you wouldn't have to reply to him. You'd be like, guys, or we keep or destroy. You choose to burn it, so it's a burnt thing. The enemies can reoccupy it, but obviously it's going to take them more assets, time, and it was actually more of like, a like armed civilian almost, like it was like, people who probably had ties to the government and things like that who'd set up this, but it wasn't like a full, or it probably was the Watchers, but it probably lacked things like a self carriage. It probably didn't have an arcade turret. It was probably just like a barricade across the road with a couple of guards.
It's like a police barricade, just checking.
So it's not. Yeah, I'm not saying you guys are going against civilians. That's wrong. They are still very much not. They are very much loyal to the Archmage in that sense. So it's been destroyed. They break the barricades down. They steal what resources they can, and they pull back to the safe house. And they're able to do that fairly safely. That does, because that has happened, you do receive word on the grapevine that the area around that attack point has effectively become a point of concern. So everything in this kind of region here does seem to be a little bit more hot. So it will draw more attention here. If Tracky wants to leave that safe house before that dies down, you don't know how long that will take. He will have to start making stealth checks so stealthily to basically get away, because it's like a, whoa, we got attacked here. We need to. They might be near this location, so they're naturally going to look for what's come at them. But meanwhile, you guys are going to attack this checkpoint up the road from you, which is a bit more heavily armed, and you are resolving this. You want to go meet and win the
Yeah, personally.
Okay.
Face to
I
face.
just want to ask quickly: is this a gap in between the buildings?
Yes, there's a very small alleyway there. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to double check that.
So
Before
what is the plan? Beacon a little bit out of the way so you can get a bit better.
I think with this being an alleyway, me, Cyrus, a couple of Dryads Tears, move into this alleyway, essentially wait round the corner, have Vulgar, Atlas, Astra get onto the roof, provide
aerial
range support.
Yeah.
Essentially, Vulgar and the roof team will have to basically make the move first as a signal for us to attack.
Okay, so you guys are all attacking from the north side of the road, coming down the same vector attack, and yeah, you've got some people.
Send the three who prefer the non-lethal methods to make the first attack.
At least I can kill someone.
Well,
Alrighty, just while I build that encounter, I'm gonna call a little break just so I can effectively bounce and things like that. 'Cause obviously these are all pretty random encounters, so I don't have them all prepped. So just give me a minute to sort that out. But we'll be right back.
Just never stop drinking.
Just never stop drinking. And we're back.
Just never stop drinking.
Alrighty.
Never stop drinking.
So you guys...
Drink responsibly, kids.
I would like all of you to
Also,
roll
if there are
me
children
stealth
watching
checks,
this, don't
please.
watch it.
Stealth
And I'll let you have a look
check.
at the battlefield. Apologies that it's blurry, I just zoomed in on the map.
Immediately not good.
Immediately good.
I don't
That's
know
not
why,
bad
but
for
I
us,
seem to have a real talent for being bad at the things I'm talented in. Like,
I
if
think
I got
Cyrus is ready
a
for this.
+1 in something, I roll really well, but my +5, nah.
I will let you pick. Do you want me to roll once for your Drad's Tears, or do you want me to roll 4 times?
Probably go just to roll one.
Use them as the group, yeah. Just once.
They are all
Easier for you.
wearing clinky armor, so they will clinky a little bit as they move. They rolled pretty decently.
Better than me.
So that is a 18 plus 8
Atlas.
plus 5 plus 16 plus 11.
Look, she's going through some shit. She
She's
hasn't
She's
even
always
cleaned
going
up.
through some shit.
She hasn't cleaned-
shit together.
Yeah, she's always going through some shit. She hasn't even cleaned off the guard blood from yesterday.
So you
I
guys
gave you a
are
claw if
going
you
to
had not.
get... is a Dragon out? If so, he will also need to join in instead.
Yes. He is. 1 second.
Can't he just cling to
I feel like
Volgear?
Atlas is going through some shit is just Atlas's entire character story so far.
Alrighty, so average of 15 stealth.
Actually, to be fair, she was having quite a good time in the first city. Bar
Then
getting
shit
blown
got
up.
real. Then
Having a
shit
good time
got
on the
real.
ship, and then she got here and it was like, and now Atlas is going through some shit.
You guys have actually left Tutorial Island.
I miss Tutorial Island, but not as much as I miss Tutorial Ship.
Yes, you guys are on the roof. You are stealth, so you're gonna have a surprise round to open up, so you can spend your time, get yourselves positioned, and see if the Dryad's Tears. If you want to move them, let me know where you'd like them to be, and I can position them for you.
Hmm. Is it worth us splitting over the 2 rooftops?
I will say, if you want to cross the street, that will require an additional stealth check for everyone you're trying to put over there.
Where's the turret?
The turret is on the stealth carriage.
Okay, cool.
So it's currently facing forward, but looks like it could spin all the way around. It actually looks like it spins from one of these rings to the other one. It spins in the middle, and it looks like it can be disconnected and reconnected and spin around to the other side. Currently, the turret is facing down the road, though, the way the vehicle's facing.
What you
seen
pointing
that.
for?
The way towards our
I've
hideout.
seen that!
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just measuring my distance from everyone.
Mm-hmm. How attached are you to your wings?
Very attached. About a foot on each shoulder blade attached. How attached are you to your character?
Relatively. Relatively attached.
I don't know if you guys
Will be
can see the
sli-
nameplates of the Dryad's Tears, but they're all named, so I can tell you who's who.
Would be slightly upsetty spaghetti if you killed him. Should we roll initiative or?
Yeah, if you're gonna go into a combat, that would be wise.
That is how D&D works.
Right.
I'll pop a little initiative tracker here. Whenever I can fucking find the button, there it is.
Barros and Cyrus wanna go. We're ready to go.
Not as much as Atlas.
Remember to click on your token before you roll. So
I
that's
did, and it
your-
didn't work. It never
I
fucking
did.
works.
Oh wait, I didn't have that job.
I will roll for your Dryad's Tears, just so one.
Been a while since a fucking combat. At least for me.
Yeah, Alice is taking out all of her emotional rage on these guards right now.
I feel like she's just there, like, the faster we do this, the faster we're not doing it.
Or if I hit them first and don't kill them, then the others don't have reason to kill them.
The sad thing is, she's definitely going to kill some people right now because she's at range. Can't pull your punches.
You can always get close.
She's not really built like that.
Want to not kill people? You could always get close. It's an option. Say that you don't have it.
I'm not anti-killing people. I'm anti-killing people unarmed who have been promised life.
They could have betrayed us. It was necessary.
You can keep telling yourself that if you like.
I don't have to tell myself that, I'm telling you that.
Not if I'm not listening.
So, Cyrus has a +1, so the bad boys will go out before him. Alrighty, so you guys have a surprise one. Do you want to move the Dryad's Tears anywhere in particular? A rough loadout for them all. They all have heavy crossbows and also long swords and short swords. They're also all wearing splint armor. So they're fairly tanky. They're a group.
Is there enough room for 2 people to go down the alleyway, or is it literally 1 by 1?
It'll be 1 by 1 until you get to the close to the road. It widens up.
Yeah,
Wait, I've just realised
we
we'll
move
be
at least
sitting
two
in
of them.
silence this entire time.
No.
Oh, we can hear you.
No, I mean the music was.
I think I'll
And
let
also, I
Ross
rolled.
slip past me since he's
One sec. I didn't roll fucking initiative.
sneakier than I am.
I think you did full gear. Did you not roll a 12? Guess not.
Is it too late to possibly put 2 of these guys up on the roof?
No, you could. If you want to, as long as they don't cross the road, it's fine.
Okay. Or maybe having
2 on the roof?
maybe 1. There is already three of them up there, and then
Yeah,
these
even
guys kind of stacked
Do
up.
they have, like, ranged shit before we put them on the
They have
road?
heavy crossbows. Yeah,
Okay.
they've got heavy crossbows. They also have long swords and short swords, so they can have a dual wield their swords. They actually can't dual wield because they aren't strong enough to dual wield it. But they have backups. Oh no, they can dual wield. Yeah, they're fucking badass, apparently.
Yeah, I think just stack the rest up in this alleyway, kind of charge out.
Alright, you can move them as you see fit. So you're keeping the rest of them just still stacked behind you.
Yeah.
Sure. Alrighty. Surprise round then on the guards. Atlas, so you'd be technically the first to act here. You're like on the rooftop looking down at this checkpoint.
I don't want to be the first one to go, but I rolled really fucking well.
You can simply you can choose to do nothing.
I mean, Roof was meant to set it off anyway, so it makes sense. So she is going to... How far am I? Like, up. I'm far, but how far, like, up does this...
Diagonally shooting down won't make much odds, but you may need to move the edge of the roof to get direct line of sight on things like the guys on this side of the road.
Okay.
So you can definitely see the guys on the far side. You can see the vehicle. You can see the turret being manned over there.
I am going to throw an ice knife. Like, Irish.
Sure. So to get the 2 guys in the vehicle.
Yes.
Do it.
Just checking how far out it. Yeah, the target and each creature within 5 feet of it, so I can get both those guys. I hit them.
I'll make their dex saves, because I have to make those regardless. Both and fail, so they'll take, the one you hit will take the full 5, and the other one will take 3.
And
I assume we're
then-
hitting the one closest to you.
Yeah. And then I will bonus action, starry form to an archer.
Sure.
And I am double checking. Yeah, on activation, I can also make a ranged spell attack, which I will make at.
As an action.
That was a bonus action. On activation.
Okay.
And as a bonus
I've said
action.
on action as an action. So yes.
No,
fine.
on activation and as
Yeah,
a bonus
Go for
action.
it. Make your attack. Dodge, or do you just?
Hang on, I didn't do that right. I was supposed to make a ranged spell attack.
Oh. Spell attack +7.
Hmm?
Spell attack +7 on top there. Yeah.
There we go.
That'll hit for 7 damage. Blast. Bloodied. Alrighty. End of Atlas's turn. Technically, Atlas, you would have had advantage on both those attacks. You can just roll 2d20, so you get any. You would have advantage on the first one, sorry, so the ice knife. Just roll d20 so you can get a crit on it. Probably won't be, you know. Go.
Nope.
Alrighty. The guards kind of like jump and realize that something's going on. They are very much alert, but they're still being surprised. Beros, you are stealthed until your first attack. They're looking up towards the roof where these like ice knives and like a blast of like starry lightning
Yeah, I'll
has
just
come down.
move up to this guy, short swords.
Go for it.
Uh, 16 on the first one.
Armor to put her mask back on because she's still happy that they don't know exactly. what
You
it is.
see, you rush up to this guy's side. He's just been hit by the starry form. He like begins to cast a spell and like brings up an arcane shield, and you just like plunge through it before the shield can even like fully form around. Like it's like forming around your wrist as it just goes through and plunges into his neck, and you draw back, and he's like, are you attacking lethally
Cool.
or not lethally?
Yeah, lethally.
You kill him on the first strike, technically. So you want to take that 19 and put it somewhere else? You certainly can.
How much was it? It was to 25 feet. So I can get there.
You could even like throw a dagger or something with the 19 if you'd like. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Shoot, because you know you could have your short sword in one hand and throw a dagger from your belt. You know, like.
Yeah, we can do that. Throw a dagger at this guy.
Sure, go for it. Make a ranged attack with the dagger. He will have half cover from the sandbags.
No worries. Dagger. There's still advantage, yeah.
No longer because they knew you were there, but it'd be the 19 you rolled anyway, so just roll your damage. It'll the 19 hit.
Okay. So it'll be a D plus a D4 plus sneak attack. Uh, 6 damage.
Righty, nice. How do you get sneak attack on this attack, by the way?
Oh,
You
cause
don't
I
have
didn't
advantage of
sneak
it because you're no longer stealthed because you revealed yourself when you killed the first guy. And
Oh,
Ragish
yeah.
Audacity does require you to be within 5 foot of them, unfortunately, to get it from that.
Right,
So
okay.
unfortunately, it would just be the D4 roll, which was still a 2.
Two.
So still
Yeah,
half
that's
the
fine.
dice. It's better than, you rolled like a quarter of the dice on the fucking D6. So. Still hits, still connects, still bloodies them. It's opens up Toll the Dead. All right, they get their turn, so that means they get the reactions back, so they can now effectively start shielding these incoming attacks if they so wish. Cyrus.
Would it be possible to dash and jump up here within my movement?
Yeah, you could definitely jump up on top of that. It looks like the individual here may get an opportunity attack as you walk past, as you leap past, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Yeah, then go for it. You can dash all the way up there.
Sweet. So I'll just
Actions
go-
dash and all of your movement. I mean, you can jump on top of the vehicle.
Yeah, and then I'll bonus action rage.
Probably put you there just for the sake of you're like on the back end, you know.
Just so we can
Yeah.
see everyone.
As you rush past, are you raging at the start of the run or are you raging at the end?
Like as I'm coming out of the alleyway. Probably rages.
Cool. As you run past, this individual, as you run past, spins their quarterstaff around and tries to hit you in the back as you run. They're not very adept at this. This will take their reaction to do so. That one. You leap past and they just swing and hit the air.
I like to think they do hit you, but just because you're raging, it like just does absolutely. You just keep going.
You break the staff.
Like hitting an elephant with a twig, just fuck nothing.
So Raoul runs all the way up in the melee with his swords drawn ready. Kvessen, Yasin, and Fjornik all move till they can see a target. Level heavy crossbows. Aim. Tung, 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 and they all fire. So they're going to try to hit the individual. Fjornik will go for this one. I was going to roll 3 attacks, so I'm going to keep tapping back in.
Vive la resistance!
Okay, so Fjornik fires at the one who's in the vehicle, and you watch as he summons a shield and it blocks the attack away. They see by 5. Then, Kvessen and Yasin round the corner. They see Raoul has gone for the guy and engaging melee with him. They both fire and they are met with severe disappointment when both of their heavy crossbow bolts glance off a magical shield that he summons as well, which causes them to bounce off, missing. Actually, only one would bounce off. So he does get hit for the 22 for 2 damage. That would just hit him. Just busy they see up with us. They half cover. That is the Dryad's Tears. Oh, they would actually all advantage. I'll roll 3 more. Bunnies. One and dashed. 7, a 7, and a 9. I think will make no odds. Yeah, no odds. Cool. Volgir, you are up.
Yes. Right. Who? Which one is it that's closest to me? Is it the one that's on the gun or the one that's not?
The gun is currently facing down the road southwest, so no. The one currently facing is.
Is it the
not.
yellow?
Yeah, the yellow is on the gun. Yeah. They are
Right,
injured
I'm
but not
going
bloody.
to Hunter's Mark them.
Sure.
So cast Hunter's Mark. So that's in preemptive. And then I'm going to use my bow to shoot them. Did you say we have advantage on this one?
On the first attack, yes, because you're technically stealthed.
Is my advantage not working? Right, I roll twice. Well, I'll roll the second one anyway. Right, so hits.
Definitely hit, throw your damage.
Damage. So that sounds 8
Good.
plus a 5. 13.
Your arrow
Plus-
sinks into his neck, and you just watch as he just slumps forward, unmoving.
Right,
Dead.
okay. Do. Yeah, that's fine.
Ready. Astra. Unless anything else, Volgir? Bonus action or a Dragon?
I'm going to hold on to a dragon for a minute.
Oh, so
I'm
you
going
use
to
your
move.
bonus action for Hunter's Mark, but you can move.
Yeah. I'm just going to move forward a teensy bit, just so I'm staying out of view, but I can see a bit more.
Sure. Astra.
Okay. I'm just gonna guide and bolt one of them. So this one's the last one up here.
Mhm.
Okay. Hopefully I can hit. That'll do.
They
Give.
do get 3/4 cover when they're in the vehicle, but they've been hit so far by all your allies.
Okay, and I get advantage on this one.
Yep.
Okay. So. Okay, so roll 12.
Fire it, and if not for the vehicle's armor plating on the side, it would be a direct hit, but it just glances off the turret guard that he has in front of him. You have advantage. Did you that roll advantage? I didn't see.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
damn,
I
you
did
rolled
the
a
right
4 and a
click thing.
6. Oof.
Yeah. That's fine.
Dice gods
Can I
were not
do-
kind to that roll.
No. You can't cast thingy yet because the spell slot. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's me for this go. Yeah.
Alrighty, top of the round, Atlas.
I'm not gonna do it because the guy's already dead, but I just remembered I had heat metal and it was like, oh, that would have been awful. Can I use my bonus action first to throw my little arrow
Yep, you could choose.
at this boy?
Sure thing.
At 20.
Nat 20
A
will
little dragon landed on my screen.
That's not a little dragon, it's a fat dragon.
How dare you?
Yeah, Nat 20 will definitely hit. He's shield breaks through the arcane shield
Sorry.
and the armor. You see the little hole that Astra burned in the vehicle, and you just follow it through, and you find the weak point you made. You can just cleave him in the undercarriage,
Throw that.
and yeah, he dies. Hit him in there, and he just drops dead, not moving.
There's something quite funny about Cyrus running all the way to this and then just killing both of them before he gets his turn.
Yeah.
Cyrus, you do see the arcane turret sits in the vehicle though, currently facing.
I know.
I will say it is a alien technology. You would need to make some smart checks to see if you can work out how it works.
And then I am going to guiding bolt this boy.
Sure.
Wizard boy. I think. I think he's a wizard boy.
Yeah.
Did I do that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You begin to cast a spell, and you see he turns around, now aware there's an ambush happening. He points his arm up towards you, and you watch as he casts a spell, and your guiding bolt
That bastard
fizzles out in your
counterspelled
hands.
me.
Yeah, he counterspells your guiding bolt.
I'd be really mad, but it didn't expend a spell slot anyway, so...
It's gone.
That's me.
Alrighty. Beros.
I think I'll run up to Wizard Guy.
You can't counterspell swords,
I was
dickweed!
gonna say, counterspell this bitch!
You see he's got like glowing glyphs of like mage armor on.
That is counterspelling
that's
swords,
fine.
I guess, technically.
As close as you can. Okay, first swing. Definitely not. Second
Misses.
swing.
Second swing does make contact. More damage. He's already used his reaction to counter spell, so he can't shield it. So just hits him.
I was
15
about to
just
say.
hits.
Well, yeah, because no one's near, I can get sneak attack on
Yep,
this.
you very much got Brigadish Audacity right now.
Maybe not.
Okay. This is the sneak attack damage, and then I need to roll an extra d6.
Abdragon is also going to infuse your strike as well.
So you also
for
get
an
extra
extra
D8,
D6.
or D6, sorry, so extra D6
And an extra d6.
from a dragon.
So that's 16, I think, overall.
You plunge your short sword in this individual, and you watch something weirdly alien happen that you probably haven't encountered before. You watch as the blade is about to make contact. It just stops dead, like you've hit a brick wall, and you see glyphs lighting and glowing, and they're like flashing and cracking and spraking. It looks like they've got some kind of like arcane ward or defense up. That you've done a good bit of damage. You see it flickering and crackling over their body now. But yeah, they took no damage themselves, but this arcane shield or ward around them has absorbed the damage for them.
Yeah.
They appear to be some kind of protective wizard. And I will also say, Barros, now you're close. You see that on their right hand, they have one of those huge-looking platinum gauntlets. One of the ones you'd seen used before in the streets. This looks like it might be a captain.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
The bad boys' turn.
I think that's my
Anyone
turn.
else?
Bad boys.
Sure. Okay, we're going
Or
to start with
good
the
boys,
smallest
depending
of
on
the
where
bad
you're-
boys, who's still up.
Where you are on the scale.
The smallest of the bad boys is going to run all the way 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He mounts the top of the vehicle, and he's going to spin the arcane turret round and attempt to hit Cyrus with it as he spins it on the gyroscope. Cyrus, I need you to make me a dex save, please. I'm going to roll a...
Is he disadvantaged because it's a ranged weapon at close quarters?
He's not firing it. He's just spinning it so fast that it's gonna hit against you. Like
He's just going to smack you.
Imagine
with
it's
it.
like a mounted it's a mounted turret like that goes like
It's
this.
a mounted
So
trip
he's
stick.
just grabbed the barrel and is spinning it away from
So
him to
he's-
like hit you.
He's essentially trying to giant pistol whip him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The good news is he's not super strong, so it's just gonna be his strength versus your dex. Even with the -1, he twats Cyrus across the fucking side. So Cyrus,
Does it make a satisfying clunk
it
sound?
does make a good as it hits him. Cyrus, you're only going to take 1d4 damage, though. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 1 because you're raging. And then he is going to get into the cannon itself, and you see him readying himself to, like, charge it up. But that is basically going to end his turn.
I feel like a
I'm
single
scared.
damage from getting hit with a cannon is more insulting than anything.
Literally a little bitch slap with the cannon.
Fuck.
How did he manage to get the body out of the cannon?
It's like fallen. He's like literally just like got on top of it, like is in there. Like he's probably not in the vehicle. He's probably on top of it, got the
It's like-
controls. So he is
like
he's
Black
operating
Hawk.
it.
It's like Black Hawk Down, kind of the you die
Yeah.
if you fall into the Humvee.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
But the guy's like fallen against a turret and was like flopped around as it spun. But he's got the controls. That's what matters. You know,
Right.
he's not benefiting from the cover of the vehicle, but he's got like the gun pointed at Cyrus, who's just been bitch
One
slapped
of
a
those
little
guys
bit.
was killed by a radiant arrow to the face. There may not be much of the guy left.
I mean, as you say that, the other individuals are still to act, and act they shall. So you would watch as the one next to Raoul turns and looks up to those of you all on the rooftop, and he begins to cast a spell. And he is going to cast.
My Terran instinct to just yell counterspell every fucking time is so strong. It's like, I can't do that. I don't have that.
I need you all on the rooftop, please, to make me a dex save, I believe. Yes, please. A dex save.
Oh.
This will include a dragon. This will include Fjornik. It's a big radius. This is a 20-foot radius spell. Actually, he might be able to position it the way to get the fucking guys in the alleyway as well. Let's see. Yep, you can get the guys in the alleyway, but it risks himself, so you put it from the back. Yep, you get the guys in the alleyway as well. So I need to roll 3 checks for your veterans.
What is this?
He's casting Ice Storm. So you see like hard rocks of ice
well.
pound the ground from above in a 40-foot high cylinder, 20-foot radius, centered on like a point in the roof.
Staying the fuck away from that guy.
So everyone has succeeded apart from Volgir and a Dragon. So everyone's gonna take half this damage.
Who cast that? This guy?
The guy next to Raoul, yep. Him.
Okay.
He appears to be a sergeant.
Atlas will remember this.
So a Dragon, you take the full whack, so you take 16, everyone else takes 8. And Cyrus, you
Is
see
it-
the cold damage.
Is it 16 for both Volgir and Thingy?
Yes, 16 for both, 16 to each. You're both in the spell, so it affects you both.
I was thinking
Yeah,
of getting
nice.
rid of my magma dice because the sound is kind of annoying, but knowing that a little fat Timbertrod comes when I roll that 20, it's like, yeah,
I
done.
use the magma dice for Cyrus.
I used the amethyst one for Astra.
I used to
did
just
have
use the
them.
default and then I was rolling like
Okay,
absolute
great.
shit on them, so I swapped them over.
Beros, you're kind of there, like, you
It
know,
works.
like bouncing back
It
on your
does.
heels, and the individual next to you, you see they lift their quarterstaff and they point it in your direction, and they cast a spell at you. I need you to make a con save, please.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you know how we have a Vulgar statue?
Well, no, but Barros. Although if it is a spell, I do get advantage.
You do get advantage of this magical effect.
Oh shit! I got advantage on dex saving throws.
Which is horrendous anyway. I rolled so
Yeah,
bad.
you begin to feel your skin begin, your feet like begin to turn into the concrete underneath them, and you begin to feel like creeping up your calves, your knees. You're beginning to get like, you feel restrained. Your flesh begins to like harden up, even like the inside your body is beginning to become difficult to move.
I'm an idiot. I have advantage on dex saves.
At the end of your next turn, Beryl, you make another con save. If you fail 3 times, you turn to stone. If you succeed 3 times, you break it. So that's your new life that you're in right now. Your
like that
restraints, that
it's,
means you can't move.
Wonderful.
Unfortunately.
If the target's body is made of flesh, like a guy tries to cast that on a warforged and he's like, fuck you.
Yeah, literally. Cyrus.
No flesh here.
I am going to recklessly bring my axe down on top of this guy's head.
Sure thing. Go for it. Make an attack.
Fuck you, D&D.
Clang! It
That's
hits off the metal brace.
That's a nat 1 and a 2.
And clang! It hits off the metal brace. This guy's an apprentice wizard. He has an AC of 9.
I can't do anything with my bonus action unless I want to burn myself
Ryan
up, so
would
I'll
like
just
to
fucking-
rage.
Ryan would like to rage, yes.
You want to burn yourself up?
Mary's only got 2 brownies left. I don't know how I'm gonna quell that.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action and set myself on fire.
Sure. You start scourging up, or you
Yep.
All right.
Celestial consumption.
You can't just set
How big's the
yourself on
radius?
fire whenever things don't go well for
10
you.
foot.
Right. And is it necrotic damage, or do we reskin it to fire?
No, they take radiant.
Radiant, nice. I will say, Cyrus, if you want to reskin it to fire, you can.
I'll put that under boon options.
Yeah,
but-
you can change. Yeah, take it as one of your things. You can switch. You can turn that radiant fire into a more.
Not
Fiery
sure. Let's,
fire.
Natural fire.
let's go fire. He literally just starts burning.
Yeah. This like flames waft out all over, like on the metal on the vehicle begins to glow.
Cyrus catches fire and we're just like, yeah, he does that sometimes.
Do you want to remind us
Oh.
all how your radiant consumption works?
Yeah, so, where is it? Radiant consumption. While you're raging, that's Divine Fury. Radiant consumption, where are you?
It's a Asimar feat, so it'll be under your feats and traits from your race.
I was looking right at it. And then I lost it. Okay, so you shed bright light in a 10-foot radius, dim light in another 10 feet. Once on each of your turns, you can deal an extra 2d2 radiant damage to one target. At the end of your turn, all creatures within 10 feet of you take 2 radiant or fire damage.
Alright, end of your turn. You can pick either 2 radiant or fire damage. Are you going to do fire?
I'm doing fire, because I'm immune to that shit now.
Or immune to that shit. But it does, I will say right now, the reason why I'm letting it happen, because I know you're immune to it, is because more creatures are immune to fire than radiant damage. So it does balance itself. Yeah, but you're not at risk of burning yourself out right now because of your connection to Fife. And yeah, you watch him begin to burn up. It injures the guy on the turret, but he's still standing. He's like superficial burns all over his body, and the armor is beginning to glow. But yeah, nothing too severe yet.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Righty. Next up, we have the Dryad's Tears. While fucking Cyrus over here doing this. Raoul is going to engage this guy in melee with 3 attacks. all 3 would have hit, but the mage is going to cast shield and deflect all 3 of them. Blocks all 3 incoming attacks. The other Dryad's Tears will turn their attention down towards the individual who's currently trying to turn Barros to stone to try to break his concentration. So they're going to fire 3 attacks on him. Because they can't get much closer because they're at risk of being burned by Cyrus.
I added the poor man's version of the effect.
Thank you.
Okay. So 1 attack will hit for 9 piercing damage. He has at his turn. Would he shield it or would he save it for a counter spell? Save it for a counter spell. So he's going to take the 9 damage. And he needs the con saving throw to not lose his concentration. DC is 10. Seeds. Barros is continuing to turn to stone. Despite the Dryad's Tear's best effort. Vulgir.
Well,
Right. I died for a minute, second there. Go on.
It's your turn, Vulgir. Barros is being turned to stone. Cyrus has set himself on fire.
on purpose.
Sounds fun.
On purpose.
Kind of where we are right now. Anything else you can always ask?
I'm going to. Is this actually a non-lethal arrow?
Sorry, say again?
No, you can't do
Sorry.
non-lethal range.
No, you can only. You have to be melee for non-lethal attacks. You can't, unfortunately.
Right, well, I'm just going to attack the guard.
Sure.
The guard captain.
Yeah, the captain of the guy next to Barros, certainly.
I'll move my hands as well with bonus action.
Yeah, you move your hand as and talk to him. Perfect.
Which gives me. That's 1 now.
A 16 will hit. Roll your damage. You should have fucking shielded. Goddamn.
Oh, I did well on the horse's mark.
Better than nothing.
With that, and then Dragon's also.
You
Don't
see
use
the arcane ward around him, Barros, shatter as the arrow hits him and actually finally finds puncture into his flesh.
And then I'm also going to use a Dragon's Infused Strike
Yeah, go for it. Actually, 6.
with that.
Nice.
So
Anything else, Vulgir?
that's it for me.
Alrighty, Astra.
Okay.
There are 3 targets in the
Yeah.
battlefield.
So, see. So, it's one of the yellow dots, isn't it?
Yeah, yellow dots, they're all bloodied. They're all not bloodied, they're all injured, sorry.
And then this is the Meiji boy in the middle. Okay.
The guy in purple
So-
is the guy who's concentrating on the spell that's turning Barros to stone. The guy who is in blue, he's the one who just cast the ice storm on top of you.
First off, casting spiritual weapon beside this dude, the one who's turning Barros into stone, so like about here, in between the two. And then I'll hit with it because I think I can.
Should have
cast
control
it
of that if
and
you want to move them where they want to be.
then-
Spiritual weapon, I think, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah, you get to make an attack as part of summoning it.
Oh, 10.
10 will unfortunately miss.
Okay.
You just dodge
And
it
then
away.
So as a bonus action, I can still do a cantrip. Okay, so that'll be Sacred Flame.
Is that a saving throw?
Yes, it's X. 7 throw 14.
Here it comes. For him, I assume, for the
Yeah, the same person.
19 on the save.
Damn it. I'm changing these dice. Right, okay, that's me done.
Alrighty, Atlas, top of the round.
Yep.
All 4 Dryad's Tears are still up. There are 3 guards dead and 3 guards still standing.
Alright.
Beros is at risk of turning to stone, though.
He has to return stone, but I am a little mad at him, so. I will chuck an arrow at the man trying to turn him to stone.
Sure thing, make your attack.
Little dragon boy!
What the fuck?
That's why I'm getting 1s and 2s. George is stealing all my luck.
Well, he can't shield that.
In your luck.
Sure. Roll your dice and then double your damage.
You sounded so salty when you said that.
I'm not mad.
D8
I'm
plus,
not mad.
so it's 19 damage.
I think she meant Harry.
I may have deleted Mary's
Oh,
spiritual
the
weapon there
spiritual weapon.
in the effort to delete his hit points. That's fine. I'll resummon the spiritual weapon, don't worry. There you go. Righty. So he also has to make a DC 10 con save again to keep up his concentration. Feels the turn to stone spell begins to fizzle out, and Beros is no longer restrained. Oh,
Thank God.
Welcome.
anything else, Atlas?
Yeah, I'll throw a guiding bolt at the guy who tried to turn me into an icicle.
Sure.
And I don't think I'll hit him.
You cast a guiding bolt. It looks like it's on target, and you watch as the other guard once again will counterspell it.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Beros, unless you want to move Atlas.
Move her to like edge of some.
Sure. Yep. Beros, go for it.
I'll kind of like just shake off what a horrible feeling kind of that felt like. Be like, "Ugh, I really fucking hate the mages. And we'll swing twice.
You see, after he casts a counterspell, that arcane ward returns over his body again. Over his, like, it's under his mage armor. It's like a secondary thing. It seems whenever he casts certain types of magic, it seems to infuse itself in his ward.
23
But
for
if
the
you want them
first,
hit, though, he can't shield that. And
16 for
16
the
hits
second.
also, yeah. Damage.
Cool.
This is the spiritual weapon is not a creature, so you still get regular audacity here.
Amazing. So first damage will be 10, and then a further 1, 2, 3, 14, so 24 overall.
Lovely. Yeah, he looks bloodied after that hit.
And I think that's all my turn. Yep.
Alright, their turn. The guy on the turret is going to point blank fire at Cyrus 3 times. So he will be disadvantaged. This is a ranged attack. So I need to roll 20 plus his spellcasting modifier, which is plus times 1, 2, 3, 20, 8, and 21. I'll roll again for disadvantage. Those 3, 15, and a 12 turns a 20 and 21 into those. 15 or 12 hit you, Cyrus?
No.
Just like you dutch out of the way as it's just like firing over your shoulders. And you have these like blasts of arcane energy hit the street behind you, but they all miss. Looks like it's a good thing as well, because they appear to be disintegrating the floor and buildings that they're impacting.
Actually, I recklessed.
Oh, then 20 and 21 will hit you.
Does that
Yeah.
cancel out his...
That will
yeah.
cancel it out. So the 20 and 21 will hit you instead. So I will roll his damage now. Turret damage. Not nice. It's 3
I'm an
blasts.
honest player.
Yeah,
I'm
you
an
are.
honest player.
It's 3
It
blasts
gets you nothing.
of 5d4 that it fires. So 11 and 13 force damage. That's 24 force damage, Cyrus. With the turret just so, like shooting you in the chest as you try to duck out of the way.
Tropic Thunder.
The other mage's turn. The mage who previously ice stormed you fuckers on the roof is going to eat, sleep, rave, repeat that. Because although some of you have moved,
More deck saves.
you're all still within 20 foot of each other. So, and actually, he can catch Beros here if he's smart, so he will do that. He probably would have caught Beros the last time. Beros, do me if you roll me twice and then just
Yeah.
16 last time, and I'll see if you can reduce damage.
Beros caught in 2
17.
terribles. It's like
Just take 8 cold
First,
for the last one, Beros, and then you'll take some fur.
21.
Yeah, so you're gonna take half again. So take an 8 initially, and then take a fervor. That is 27 halved, so that's 26 half, which is another 13. So 21 Beros do you total across the 2 turns of damage.
come closer to me, Beros. You'll thaw out.
And I need Astra, Adragon, Volgir, Atlas also to make me saves. I think Volgir may be asleep. Will.
William.
He's here. He's in the moment.
Deck save.
And you're back in the room. You were a chicken for a while. We had Darren Brown come in. It was great.
No, deck save.
Deck save for
Deck
you and a Dragon, please. If a Dragon is still kicking. That's a success. His DC is A. I'll double check it, just to be 100% sure. His DC is 14, so that means you will both succeed. So you're going to take 13 damage, Volgir and a Dragon.
The dragon pops out of existence.
The Dragon disappears. Poor boy. He needed so much help.
And Volgir looks exceedingly bloody.
Okay, so we have Atlas, you can take the full whack. Atlas, you take 27 cold. Astra, you take half. You take 13 cold, please. And then Fjornik is going to take half. Vescent is going to take the full whack, 27.
Atlas looks very, very,
Yes.
very, very, very hurt. Atlas has gone from Kentucky Fried Owlin to frozen Owlin.
Frozen breaded chicken nuggies. Okay, and there is still one Wizzy to act. They are going to... Shield is not going, actually. The other Wizzy is going to turn his attention back to Beros, and he is going to... I think he's going to hit him again with Flash the Stone, try to lock him down. Beros, can you give me another con save, please? 19. You know what's coming, and you steel yourself in just the right way, and yet he burns his last high-level spell slot. He upcasts at the 7th, and yet he can no longer cast a spell that you watch him getting strained and tired as he feels to have it take effect on you. Cyrus,
Another reckless.
go for it. The turret's there in front of you, red hot and glowing.
It's a 23 to hit.
Whether he hits, roll your damage.
That's a 10.
You cleave this motherfucker in half.
I have more damage to give, but alright.
Not needed.
Yeah, just down the middle.
Yep, you split him down the middle.
I really need an extra attack.
If you would like, you can use a bonus action to position the turret and then mount it, basically. It's a bonus action to get in and out of the turret, so although right now you can't get in the vehicle because there's 2 bodies piled there, you can control it from the top if you want to turn it towards stuff. It does appear to be very smart based. it looked like he was controlling it with like magic as opposed to like his hands in general. It looked like it was almost like, you know, targeting itself based on his magical ability, you know.
Can I get behind it and see if I can figure it out?
Sure. Make me a Arcana check, Cyrus, as you attempt to mount the turret with your bonus action. 13. Okay, Cyrus, so how this turret traditionally works is a spellcaster normally imbues power into the arcane runes and glyphs around it and then can spin the turret, control it, fire it where it needs to be facing. However, it does have a manual override. It is a little more cumbersome. When you manually override the turret, instead of taking 2 shots, you take you roll a d6, half the number, and that's the number of shots you can take, because it's a bit more cumbersome to, like, so you can maybe get lucky and get 3 off in a row, but, like, you know, it might not always go so well.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, you think on your next turn as your action, you could try to fire this thing, and effectively you get 3 attacks. And again, because you've rolled a 13, you're still unfamiliar with this technology. You don't fire them at disadvantage. You fire the first one normally. You fire the second one at disadvantage, and you fire the third shot if you manage to get one at 3 rolls of the d20 at disadvantage, triple disadvantage. Just because it's like losing control of the recoil and shit. Because you know arcane buffering or like, you know, suspension to protect you. Your all units all by hand. But you can fire it with your raw strength because you're steering it with you're like wrenching it in the metals, like as you like turn it into place, like you're overpowering the machine. The machine, yeah.
Do I have to get into where he was, or can I get into this slot as well?
If you get in that slot, you can pop it on the other one. You can swivel it around from there as well. There is a body in there. You would need to spend some time to pull the body and throw it out. That would at least be I would say, action to move a body.
Okay.
So you can't get in, but you can, like he was doing, but straddling the porthole. Like, so you can't get cover, but you can still use the thing, you know.
No, I'm trying to keep the wizard in my sphere of burningness.
Yeah, but you could still be in that. You can still be in that hole. You can still mount it over to you. But you can that's doable. That's fine. Because the rings, where the rings connect, you can actually swap the turret onto the other one, so you can like pawn over the turret to someone who like needs it more.
Okay.
Because obviously there's a dead spot, you know. So if someone came from the back right of the vehicle, it's a dead spot, so you can swap the turret over to that corner. But normally it sits front left at the driver.
Yeah. So I'll get in that one, have a look, and then he gets burned for 2 damage.
Cool. He does indeed. No ward up, so yep, that just burns. Alrighty, Dryad's Tears looking a little fucked up. Raoul is going to hackety whackety whackety. Oh my Christ, Raoul! Oh! My beautiful baby boy! He comes smacking in with a whopping crit at the end there just to save the day. There's 2 nat ones.
2 nat ones and then a crit.
Yeah. My NPCs love doing that. That is going to be 10 damage in total to him, and that will bloody the mage he's next to. Because he can't fucking shield that shit. The other 3 will all... Fiornic will fire down at that one who's been bloodied. Crossbow. She'll miss. Seeing that Rules gives us some trouble, Kaves and Yasin both just drop their heavy crossbows to the ground at the entry of the alleyway, draw their long swords, and they're going to both rush it with their long swords. Kaves will be 5, 10, 15, 20 volt that to get to here. Here. And they both stab twice. They don't have time to draw their short swords just because they, economy-wise, don't have the time. He is going to shield the 2 last attacks, but he will take the 4 slashing to 21. The shield once more buffets 2 strikes off him and protects him. But it does look like he's getting tired. It looks like he probably can't do the shield spell anymore, at least at that level. He might have to insert himself to continue doing like that, and that might affect his ability to do things like Code of Cold. So it could help. Volgeir.
I will attack the captain again.
Go for it. Make your attack.
Natural 20.
That will a non-nat 20. You mean? It will hit.
Yeah.
Even if you shield it, it'll still hit.
So that's 8 plus Hunter's Mark.
Extra d6. Lovely. Anything else, Volgeir?
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Astra.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try doing the same thing again. Hope it'll work this time. So, smack with this. Are they dead or are they still alive? That wizard. They're
Not
still
not
alive.
to call shots on your turn or anything, but I would just let you know I'm very, very close to dying.
I think that's his full gear.
Mhm.
You guys.
The fabled healer. I need a healer.
Pick your token.
Okay.
Red dot, little dot. You're gonna add your bloody status. So yellow is injured, orange is bloodied, and red is critical. That might help. If you click on your own token and click on the little lens at the bottom, you can add your own color icons. I use yellow for injured, orange for bloodied, and red for critical. So you can maybe give your allies better situational awareness without having to drop hints.
Yeah, just I feel rude mentioning it, but also
So Astra, 3 of your allies look critical, and you look
I just
bloodied.
seen red dot, red dot, red dot, and I'm like, I took 1 damage.
Yeah. Throw back the
he's
Cyrus.
finally tanking.
Throw,
He
throw,
did
throw,
it.
throw back the Cyrus feet to go, I'm not a good tank, guys. I spent so much
I'm
time
no
getting
tank,
knocked
I don't know how
out.
to
And then
tank.
he's there like, I've taken 1 whole damage this fight. I'm tanking so good. The rest of the party.
Yeah, that's not really tanking, is it? I think the point of the tank is that you're meant to absorb the damage.
That the others
Then
don't.
we don't get it. You're just not getting hit.
Okay, Cure Wounds on Atlas at level 2. Because she also has healing, so if somebody else needs healing, she can do it. So let's go for it. At 16 HP
Heals.
back to Atlas.
Atlas is on 1 hit point, by the way.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
I did
and then-
27 damage and I had 28 left.
Oh.
I was like, ooh.
In the bonus action, I'll use a spiritual weapon because I can't heal with a cantrip.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
So-
That's what it's there for. Frees up your spell casting for your main action.
Where's the Haley word? Where the thing?
D20 plus spell
That's
attack.
nearly an 18.
A 10.
Oh.
Swing and a miss as it just goes wide.
Ugh.
Any movement, Astra, you're going to stay in that concentrated position that you keep getting fucked up in.
Elbow
But-
drop.
Technically, you would be there because you have to touch Atlas. So you can move 5 foot.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think because I don't want to move too far either.
You can move all the way back to there. That would take 25 foot of your movement, and then next turn you could move back there for 20 foot, so it would free you. You would at least be safe for a turn, just in case.
Yeah, I'll do that. Did the wrong thing.
Atlas, you're mixed up, by the way.
Sorry. It's glitching.
That's
Okay.
it, Astra?
It's me done. Mhm.
Atlas.
Can I do a bonus action as an action, or does it have to be a bonus action?
Has to be a bonus action.
Okay.
There are abilities that let you swap them. What are you looking to do?
The only healing I have is a bonus action, but also my starry arrow thing is a bonus action. So
I would let you use both. That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then I would like to.
If you're trying to cast a spell, it'd be different, but that's just ability, so it's an attack.
I would like to try and hit this man with my arrow.
Sure. He is shielded.
Oh, is he?
C of 20. Yep, he's cast shield on the guys all around him.
Is this man shielded?
Currently not, but he probably could cast it.
I'll hit this guy.
Sure.
If nothing else, I'll make him waste shields. Or shields, I suppose.
Make
are
your
not
attack.
wasted.
Can't shield that. That's another. How much damage does that do on a hit?
Another nat 20.
Yep.
This is
Fucking
why I make
ridiculous.
George
I can't even
change
get
dice in
15,
real
never
life.
mind a nat 20.
Have you ever given me mini golfing with George? He pulls off the amount of bullshit she pulls off. The one's the luckiest one alive. So it's
You
18
share some of
damage
that
you've
dice.
done to him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks pretty bad.
And then I will healing word.
He will counterspell your healing word.
Absolute dickweed. Okay. Then I won't healing word.
Well, not, but you will waste a spell slot.
I will.
Betos.
That's how you know he's evil. If you counterspell healing magic, you're canonically evil.
I think I'm gonna do the only thing that I think that I can in this situation, is just stab.
Sure thing. You see that arcane glyph is once more formed around him. 26 will still hit. You still get sneak
And
attack.
a 19.
19 will also hit.
Okay, cool. So, first bit of damage will be 8, then
Yep.
plus 1, 2, 3, 9,
Beros,
17 damage.
You plunge the first short sword in on one side of his like from your left hand into his right side of his ribs, and you watch as it just punctures through that arcane ward that tries to fend off the attack, but it just shatters under your might. And in the second strike you pull, and as he's like leaning into like his right side in pain, you bring your right arm around in his left side, and like almost like a shish kebab, like a corn on the cob, speared on each end, and you just watch as he just like. Are you going to finish the job, or are you gonna knock him unconscious?
I'm gonna knock him unconscious.
Sure.
A captain might be useful.
So instead of pushing and pulling, like the blades polar opposite from each other and ripping his rib cage and lungs open, you surgically pull the blades back out and just let him just like gasp a little bit and fall on the ground. And he's like wheezing, but he's just about there. He'll need medical attention, but he's not gonna die.
He's not gonna walk it off.
Yeah, he's definitely unconscious. He's like entering a coma, but yeah, he's gonna need medical attention, or he will be at risk of death. Especially with the fact that Cyrus is gonna set him on fire, which will unstabilize him anyway.
That is quite bad when you're unconscious, being set on fire.
One guard left.
I'm no doctor, but I don't think that that's good for you.
Guard left is going to move to here. Point back.
Does anyone get opportunity?
Oh no, they're
attacks
gonna
on
swing.
this?
Don't worry. As he runs,
Okay.
swing with their long swords. Bing. That one takes 6 slashing. He's still standing. He is nearly critical, but not quite. And then he is going to. The little Cone of Cold blast that direction. His last 5th level spell slot. Cone of Cold.
If this man kills Yasin, then it's war.
So he's going to get all of the people on this side. So that's Kevesin, Yasin, Raoul, Beros, and Cyrus, all with a blast of cold damage. I need all of them. Please make me con saving
Is
throws.
there also a risk that he just kills that guy?
Yeah, it doesn't seem it gives a shit.
Okay.
18. I'm still going down either way.
24.
We're taking half damage.
Yep, you're up. I can save on the ground.
I think I'm still taking full damage.
You are, because you are vulnerable, so you take half and then you take double. So take full again.
Halved and then doubled.
Right, so 8d cold damage inbound, 36 cold damage coming that way.
Yeah, I don't get half cover because I'm on top.
You're out in the open, unfortunately. So let me just quickly roll one.
Should I take the flames off Cyrus, or?
His DC for the mage is a 14, so 2 of the veterans succeed. I'm going to do them in order of distance from him. So Kevesin will fail, but Yasin and Raoul will succeed. So if you field, that's 18 damage, or if you see it's 18 damage, you field it's 36.
Cyrus instantly falls unconscious.
Yasin is bloodied. Kvessen dies. Just straight up turns to a frozen statue, stops moving, falls to the ground, hits the pavement, and smashes into a million pieces. And you hear Fionik yell like, "No!" from the roof. Raoul this is the first hit he's taken.
He's good.
He's a little frosty, but he's alright.
Chill.
Cyrus does fall to the ground unconscious.
As does Barros.
As is Barros. You're not dead. Are you dead, Barros? Or you?
No, I'm
You're just a little sleepy. You need a little
sleepy
nap.
face. A little sleepy face is good. It does unfortunately kill the Abjurer captain who's down on the ground with that blast. Cyrus, as you fall unconscious, can you make me a, let's call it, strength saving throw?
Do I get advantage because I was raging, or am I
No,
just...
whenever you fall unconscious, you lose rage.
23.
23. Those of you who watch Cyrus fall unconscious, you watch the red glow of his flames begin to like flicker, and they begin to emit little sparks of that radiant glow again. But looks like Cyrus's inherent strength is able to keep it channeled to the heat of the hells. But you imagine if he doesn't get control of it soon, there's a real risk that may turn to radiant damage that may start consuming him as well. But you do have to potentially wade through fire to get to him, depending on what you're doing. That will end the mage's turn. And Cyrus, death saving throw, please. And at the end of your turn, make me another strength save.
Okay.
Death save first, please, because that happens at the start, and then this strength save happens at the end.
Okay, that's 13.
Success. And then strength saving throw, please.
Oh, 7.
The damage turns from that fiery hellfire to a beautiful, radiant golden glow. Cyrus, in your turn, you feel one death saving throw from your radiant consumption.
Ooh.
That's the problem with doing it, people. Not good. Dryad's Tears are going to try to focus on dealing with the guy who's still up. They will close the distance. Even Yasin, who's like fighting against the cold, like slipping on the cobblestones, they close the distance. They both draw the remaining short swords, and they both lay into this guy. 1, 4, 1, 2, 24 for 7. Hacks through. The 11 swings and misses. The 16 connects and carves across. Not enough to finish him off. And as Yasin just like throws his longsword to the ground after he misses with it and takes a short sword in both hands, just and just like brings it down on this guy's
You
head.
get him, himbo!
And yeah, just splits the guy in twain, and he does not hold his punch as he looks at the dead body of Kvessen next to him. And yeah, the mages are all dead. However, we are still in initiative, as this is still a fairly dangerous scenario for a good few of your companions. Bjornik will double back to the area she knows it's safe to climb up, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and she'll climb all the way down. And she gets to there, so she climbs on the back guttering and the way you guys got up originally. She is not going to jump down that urgently, but that will end her turn. Yasin will move towards Beros, and Mariul will move towards Cyrus, and then stop when he gets to the edge of the radiant flames, because he's like, whoa! But they can still see that Cyrus looks alive. But they've realized Kvesen's probably dead. Volgir.
No.
No.
Will might be dead in real life.
No, he's here. He's here.
Alive. We're nearly done, Will, I promise. All the enemies are dead. You just gotta save your friends.
Your friends are killing themselves.
Only I'm killing myself, okay?
Don't you take that away from me.
Remember when you said how attached to your character are you?
He's gonna kill himself.
You can't be mad at me if you kill yourself.
True. Can be mad at you if you don't see it, mate.
Alexa, play Bo Burnham's Kill Yourself.
Bulgir, what are you doing?
I'm gonna attack if I need to attack.
No
or-
attack
Oh,
needed. It's
Everyone's dead,
Allies are
Bulgir.
down and bleeding out. You got Beros bleeding out, and you got Cyrus bleeding out in a sea of radiant fire.
So they're already down.
They're both down. Yeah, they just got blasted by a big
Radiant
cone of
fire,
cold.
is that staying then?
Radiant fire
that
does not.
staying, or is
Cyrus
this-
is unconscious. It's coming from him, it looks like, but it's not gone away even though he's unconscious.
Where is it coming from?
It's
You
emanating
said
from his
Beros
body.
and Cyrus.
Beros
Who
is
went down first out then?
They both went at the same time.
I have everyone.
Same time. It was one spell
Same
took them
turn.
both out, and it
the
only
others?
happened in the last 4 seconds. It's been very recent.
And the giant tears.
Dryad's
One
Tears,
died.
one has died. He's
One
dead,
died.
dead. He's dead. He's not moving. He's not
Alright.
breathing. He turned to ice, fell to the ground, and smashed a million pieces.
Right, I'm gonna do my good berries. I run around and throw good berries.
Feed Beros a berry.
In everyone's mouth, I can do.
Okay, yeah, so you probably get the Beros. I say you could comfortably get the Beros this turn. You like climbed on the building, a bit of cumbersome this, but you can get the good berry out. You can at least pass it to Yasin, who can then feed on his turn. You can create the dash to climb down the building. But yeah, so you get the good berries ready. They're ready to go, and you're like holding them out, like, you know, Raoul, come get one of them. So in there, they see that there's an opportunity to heal because they don't have healing magic, so they need it. So that will help them greatly. And that'll probably be your turn, Vulgar.
Yep.
Astra, you've retreated back from safety, but now it looks like shit's hit the fan because you were no longer an easy target.
She'll move forward. Just the edge of the rift, probably. So Cyrus is down. Beros is up.
Barros is still
Yeah.
down.
Barrett is still down technically, but Yasin has just taken a good berry off Volgear and is about to give it to him. So it looks like Barros will be up in the next 6 seconds, you would estimate.
Okay, so she'll probably cast Healing Word at first level on Cyrus.
Cool. Roll it.
And I'll roll. Da-da-da. You get 6 hit points.
As you wake up with 6 hit points, you feel the burning, radiant energy all around you.
I will deactivate my radiant consumption.
Is it free action to deactivate, or you have to do it as a,
Bonus
so
action.
you have to wait till your
Oh,
turn?
I'll do it on my turn.
It just means allies can't approach you until then.
Yeah.
I will say right now, Beros can make me death save. I don't think he has any. He's one success, so even if he rolls on that one, it doesn't matter because no threat. And then Yasin could give him the good berry that Volgir has given him, and it will get you back up with 1 hit point, Beros.
Oh, so one fail.
Yeah, 1 fail, 1 save, and then you get the good berry, and you come back. And Cyrus kills his radiant consumption around him, and you are all. You have an armed self-carriage. A checkpoint has been wiped off the map. You've lost one of your Dryad's Tears in the process. What would you like to do?
Sleep.
Well, maybe that's a good point to call it as you ponder what exactly to do. We can pick this up next week. Good place, Denny. See you next time. Bye-bye.